favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the actual culture. And of course, we are hosted by the best. But before I send it over to these incredible hosts, including myself, I'm going to need you guys to subscribe. Some of you are stealing content. You come on Monday, you come on Tuesday, you come on Wednesday. But do you press subscribe? Do you press like? Do you comment? Don't be a thief. Okay? Then pay your taxes right now and subscribe, please. Thank you very much. Now, of course, like I said, we are hosted by the absolute best. Please, everyone, introduce yourselves.
You know what it is. It's your boy Big Marshall on the east side of the bridge. Not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. Private joke, people.
Okay.
Was that a private joke between us? Because none of us got it. So who is this joke between you and you, or?
Just me, myself, and I.
To be fair, I think it's the other way around.
Why?
As in, you're always there when we call, but you're not always on time. I think that works better.
What did he say?
He's never there.
Always...
He's always there when you call.
I said I'm not always there
when you call,
but
but he's always on time. But I think it's the reverse.
Okay. I think you're there when people call.
Exactly, but you're not on time. So
yeah, you really are the oracle. You really be seeing things.
Come on,
you really be seeing things.
Come on.
But yeah, it's the Shade Queen, my own royalty.
Your beautiful people is Big Koi, defending your right to dance with other people even when you're in a relationship.
It's your boy Big Man Use, the undisputed reigning champion, the voice of reason.
Come on.
Should we add shit every day?
Should we stand in for Emman?
Nah, let's.
Have I memorized it? I don't even think I've memorized it.
No, because yesterday, what did we told them yesterday that I can't remember what we said it was. We said, oh yeah, we want to keep him around and all that kind of stuff. But he basically pushed the polygynist agenda a bit too much.
When yesterday?
Yeah, just in general.
We just had to get
stuff. So we had a meeting.
Yeah.
He's kind of on a timeout.
He's suspended for right now.
To get his monogamous mind right.
Don't upset us, innit?
And then, and then when he's done, he can come back. Playing, man.
Guys, I have a message to read out to you guys.
From who? It's not from Emman, is it?
No, it's not from me. Not from Emman. But actually, well, we'll get into Emman because there's a way that you lot can keep up to date with Emman. But let me read this message out to you guys. Anyway, I told you I was mad behind on TDA and I only just got to where you mentioned what I said about the guys and you shouting at the salon. Thank you so much, hon. I actually had a client come in yesterday from the shout out you gave us. See you businesses out there sleeping. Come on, hit us up. And she also said, I have no partner or just pregnant. So tell Yusuf that I'm available.
Is Yusuf available? That's the question.
She didn't answer the question. She's just like, she's pregnant and available. So
I hear that.
Sorry, what?
I hear that.
I'm pregnant and available.
Hold on, let me read it.
Is that a new term?
You think it's going to catch on?
She said that's the name of the show right there. She said also, I have no partner or just pregnant. So let Yusuf know I'm available. Winky face, laughy face.
So she's saying she's single.
You're pregnant, but available.
Yeah, she's letting you know her womb's in perfect working order. That's what she's letting you know her hips don't lie.
She's a very, very beautiful woman and she can do hair really well. So she's just sensible. There's income coming in there as well.
Shout out to sis.
Yeah, so yeah. not me forgetting Yusuf is actually in a relationship.
No, the economics.
Here's where he laughed. He was like,
the economic analyst will tell you that that's really important that she can prove that she's got
from an economic point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
is that for
a
polygyny thing?
From an economic point of view, how?
Emman.
She can ask Emman. She can bear children, bro. This is what the more children, the better.
Yeah.
Bro, that's an economic downfall, bro. That's more money. She's just churning out bare expenses.
No. I'm just saying, she could do hair. She's really cute, so...
Shout out to you, sis.
Shout out to you.
That is going to catch on. That's going to be like Instagram captions soon.
What, pregnant and available?
Pregnant and available.
I don't think it's going to become a caption.
No, I don't think
I don't think
it's the movement you think it is.
No, I don't think it is. Most pregnant women aren't available.
But yeah, she's just saying she hasn't got a partner.
Okay.
Big up her.
So yeah. So just let me know if you want the details. We're not going to do this on air. Actually, sorry, you're married. You're in
That's what, did you see how I'm looking at her?
I'm just letting Quay run. I'm like...
Do you know what it is? Because I'm staring at her and it's like she's trying to avoid. I'm not
I wasn't even looking.
Look at me.
I wasn't even looking. I'm so... You are happily in love. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Thank you.
Pregnant and available, stop. You listen to the show. He's taken. Sorry. We're there.
Crazy scene.
We're there. But
it's
yes.
Wednesday, isn't it?
I did some investigative journalism yesterday. Actually, what did you guys do yesterday?
No damn thing.
Not a damn thing. We kind of want to hear about yours.
Did you do anything yesterday?
No, what the hell was going on?
Okay. So, one of my friends won a competition. And it meant that she could go and get fat dissolved.
Wait, who won a competition?
One of my friends. She
Okay.
won a competition.
Okay.
She got £100 Harrods voucher, but she could also go and get fat dissolved
Okay.
from her body.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard these things before, but I've never, do you know what I mean? So she
Yeah.
mentioned it to me and I was like, is this all Love Island? I said, Esther's got Love Island, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So took my camera, went with her.
Okay.
Guys, needles,
Oh, there's needles involved.
needles, they drew a grid on her stomach.
Okay.
Bear in mind, she's actually quite like slender.
Yeah.
Right? So drew a grid on her stomach and then they put the needle into each of the grids.
Yeah.
And the lady, I don't know, I'm guessing you have to be qualified to do this. She
Oh,
looked
yeah.
like she knew what she was doing, innit?
Yeah.
It didn't start to hurt until they got to like the middle belly here where my
Mhm.
friend was a little bit like, I got video footage as well, so I
Okay.
can show it to you guys as well. And I didn't see an immediate difference at all,
Mhm.
but apparently it happens over the next
time,
couple,
yeah.
over the next couple of weeks or whatever.
Okay.
But so I'll keep you guys updated on what that looks like. But like,
sold.
oh, and also
I'm sold.
Botox as well.
Oh,
She
got
didn't do Botox,
Okay.
but she wants to do Botox. She's like around 30.
Okay.
The woman that was doing it for her is like 29. And she was like, I got Botox done when I was 28 before I even needed it. And I highly recommend. I could not understand
Do
it.
you know, let me know how the fat dissolving thing goes.
I will let you know how it
'Cause I
goes.
feel like that's
That
something I
industry
do.
is in bondage, you know. What kind of advice? What kind of advice is that?
But you
And
know,
then they've done
I
this as
was
well.
so young, I didn't even need it, but I got it, and that would be the best advice I can give anybody.
Why is she from Atlanta? I don't
I don't
understand.
know.
got it.
She was actually, she wasn't like, my friend's black. She wasn't black. She was like Persian looking kind of thing.
Okay.
And my friend has also had, actually, I don't know how much I was allowed to film and that. But anyway, they spoke about lip fillers because the girls done lip fillers and they were just talking about, I've never done any of these things,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, man, it was really interesting.
Yeah, I think with the fat dissolving one, I think it definitely takes a while to come through. Like it's not immediate.
Yeah.
And
You
I
can't
think
do
you
it
have
back
to
to
like, drink
back.
a lot of water and stuff like that.
Or
You have
do
to.
Okay. Have you done it?
No, I don't know.
Or you would like to? Okay.
I don't know if I would like to because I
Okay.
think I would just go to the gym, but it's not
Yeah.
something that I would rule out.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
there's
need to
certain
talk
things I
about
wouldn't rule out.
self-love one day, man. Like, obviously,
Do you think that's not self? You think? Okay, talk to us. Oh wait, is this not? This is not. Do we
To be
need
fair,
more time?
I was going to ask a question that might actually spill into what you're going to say. If you had to choose one and only one
Mhm.
cosmetic surgery to have, what would it be?
Oh.
Breast reduction.
Okay.
she's been on that hill for.
Submit bitch. Yeah, I would do breast reduction.
There's definitely stuff. I just can't think of something.
Okay.
But there's definitely stuff I've like entertained. But I think if I did it, it would definitely just be because somebody I know who I
Yeah.
respect has done it, and so it's taken away the stigma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, because I had this idea that you don't do that stuff in it.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
there's definitely stuff I thought about. Like I have thought about filler,
Filler, lip filler.
jaw,
Okay, I was. Yeah.
You want to fill your jaw up?
Well,
What?
like
It kind
more
of makes your
definition.
face, yeah, a bit
Okay.
more like.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So
But
obviously,
when that's me, Lilo, I had to dig to find that. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
No,
like at the forefront of my mind.
obviously, look, we all want to be the best version of ourselves, and then you'd have to do like self-improvement and all these things. Yeah.
Mm.
But like, at what point, like,
Do you stop?
yeah, do you draw the like? What do you draw
When
the
you,
line?
when you
At?
don't look like you anymore, it's
Yeah.
time to.
Like, sometimes you just gotta accept how God made
Yeah.
you, man.
No,
Absolutely.
I hear
No,
that.
it's true. But if you're not happy with, if you're not confident, you're not happy with yourself,
Yeah.
then little improvements here and there are fine. But I don't think you should go
No,
like
but
MJ level.
bondage
But you know, I
Super-
always say though, I do say that even before these things, yeah, you
Mm.
have to still find love for yourself. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you do it and then you move on to the next thing to criticize about yourself.
Yeah, no, I
Mm.
agree.
Because
Yeah.
because
It just-
sometimes people get carried
Carried
away
away,
with
yeah,
because
yeah.
you start with one
Everybody's
thing.
scared and they just don't want to see that their life playing out in front of them. So we're upset that we get wrinkles and stuff. But everybody gets wrinkles and
But
that.
you know what?
So you don't want to walk around like this.
Man, them do it too, though.
You're so annoying.
That was the most African
Can't
dad
blink
thing to do.
and can't
I
cry.
said you can't blink and you can't cry.
Can't blink and can't cry.
I am
Because
so
like, allow
upset.
it, man.
Well,
Like, this
prove
is, if everybody ages at their natural rate, we're all
Yeah.
the same together anyway.
No, but
Do you get what I'm saying?
But there's some people that just don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I get what you mean because some people do better than others.
Yeah.
No, but still, for the most part, that will be society, though, isn't it? Not everybody just. Or
Man.
like, if your lips are flat, your lips are flat, man.
Mm.
You just want to walk around like what are we
Yeah,
doing
because
there?
I'm kind of like, I'm yet to see a lip filler that looks good.
I've seen them. You just wouldn't know. They're minor.
Yeah.
They're small.
Okay.
They're
I am.
really
I'm not even
small.
gonna lie.
because the
That's a
girls
good.
be
That's
doing
that
a
is a
lot.
good thing. The lip fillers that are good, I didn't realize they were lip fillers.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Mm.
You should
Okay, that's
really be able
good.
to tell
Yeah.
unless that's what the
Yeah.
person's going for.
When the
And-
lip starts to curl that way,
Yeah.
I think you know there's too
When
much.
you're always
No,
You're
when
like
you're,
a Congolese.
when you're always when you're always whistling,
Oh.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're just default whistling like all the time.
I'm actually
That's another thing.
screaming.
But I think there's different standards of beauty because I know I'm just guessing, but like in Essex, I think what they think is normal,
Mm.
whatever. It's crazy because the area we went to was my first time ever seeing a tanning shop. Like there
Was
was a
it?
shop
It's in bed.
It was called Tanning Shop, actually.
You've
And
never seen a tanning shop?
I don't see that in South. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't
Oh, yeah, in
exist,
South.
but I just don't see
you
that.
You ain't gonna see it in South, but Essex, you'll see it. It's all over.
Oh no, okay, cool. Isn't that, yeah, like East.
That's because
tanning
it was
shops.
in East. Where we went was in East.
Yeah, tanning
Can I ask you
shops
guys a
are
question?
Everywhere.
about.
Yeah.
Can I ask the guys the same question? Like,
What?
what would you do? And this is not a happy get to you get to add things to it.
Yeah.
So answer the question straight. What would you do that you say God didn't give you that you could get?
Oh
You
man.
could.
I knew exactly what I was gonna say, but the way you framed that question, I don't like
Okay,
my
forget God
answer
didn't give
anymore.
you.
Huh?
What would you get? What would you get done?
Oh, because you said what God didn't give you.
Yeah, I don't like the way you framed it. I was lining you up. I know where I was going,
Okay, go
Okay.
on.
and then you said that.
No,
and I was
reason that on the
like,
platform. No, be honest.
Let
Go
her
on.
rephrase it.
no, but it's not about nothing to do with what God didn't give
Okay,
you, though.
God gave
Okay,
it
that's
to
fine.
you.
That's fine. That's fine. You made that. You
God
made
gave
that.
it to you. You made it clear.
Yeah, you made that clear. So what is it?
Oh, that was gonna be your answer.
No, I was gonna say penis enlargement.
I know, but that
Okay.
and because you said
God
Really?
didn't give you.
Yeah,
you
I said
felt away.
I pulled away straight away. I was like, no, because God gave me stuff.
Okay, you just want more stuff.
I just want more stuff. I don't want
Okay.
it, but if I was gonna, what? That's the only thing that would make
You went
sense
to
to
the
me.
shop, you'd pick more.
Yeah, because if I'm
things.
gonna do something, I might as well do something exciting and provocative. You get what I'm
You
trying
don't
to
think,
say?
you don't think a
provocative.
jaw enlargement is provocative?
That is a why. My jaw is fine how it is. Yeah. Listen.
You said what's yours?
mine would be bigger calves.
I
What?
thought you might say that.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought you
bigger
might say
calves.
that. Yeah.
Big surgery. You can waste it on calves.
But
No,
I'm
'cause-
not gonna lie, for me it's not a waste. Like calves, for me, having big calves is like a thing. Like I want big
I've never
calves.
seen you in shorts. Do
Because you
get
ain't got big
shorts?
calves.
Exactly.
Is that why?
Exactly.
You must have been.
No, thing is, my
It's
calves.
Not
my,
me about to go on your Instagram.
Wednesday.
my calves are decent, but I'm telling you, they're not.
So
great.
what do you wear to
They
the?
ain't
Do you know
great.
what's mad? People look at you and just think.
No,
"What's
no,
this
no,
thing?"
no.
So people look at you.
I wear
as well, so-
shorts. I wear shorts, but you know when I wear shorts, I don't stand how I want to stand. You know what?
No, you didn't. You know when the girls. You know when the girls.
Like the angle, like just from the side. You know what I mean?
I said just one. You got shorts on here.
I know.
But he said
calves
he's
are
not. But he
good.
said he's not standing with the Vim. He was.
No, this one
standing
he's
in
stood to the
trousers.
side.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
you
a
See?
good picture.
You did
look,
a bad
but okay, cool.
pose.
The foot that's on the little
And elevated.
is tense. It's tense. Give me a little
Ah,
definition.
Brain does it.
Everybody's got
Yeah,
their
yeah.
thing. Everybody got their thing. To
It's
be fair,
interesting.
yeah, everyone's got their thing, innit? To be, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
everyone does have their thing.
Yeah, everyone's got their thing, and some people feel it more than others. And I think you're right. In terms of when do you stop, it's very techie, because if you genuinely think you can buy your perfect self, then you know what I mean. So that's probably why I kind of stay away from it.
I mean, I say all that, yeah. As much as I can say stuff, I don't think I'd ever go through with stuff because I'm too scared. And I
Of
always feel
what?
like if the stats is like 99% of positivity,
Mm.
I'd be the one that God wants to teach a lesson.
No,
Of,
That's how my brain
I'll
works.
be
I tell
grateful.
myself stuff like that. all the
like
time.
honest, I'll be the one who's allergic to the filler or allergic to the something is gonna happen.
it took all of
So-
10 minutes, like including signing the contract. It took
wow.
all of 10 minutes. It was like
Okay, I don't know about that.
really quick. No, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The place looked super clean,
They
professional.
tend to. Did you see something? Yeah, basically, there's a girl on TikTok and she got like a green pill, like a chemical pill, right?
Mm.
And with these things, you have to be qualified. A lot of these beauty things,
Yes.
fillers, all that, you have to be qualified.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people are just injecting foreign things to your body.
Yeah.
And this girl, she basically got like a dermaplace, so basically like an exfoliating thing where they get off like little hairs and stuff on your face.
Mm.
And then she got another thing on top of it. And then she did a chemical pill. You can see in the video her face.
Yeah.
Where's when it starts going white? Frosting?
Burning.
Yeah, it was frosting. You can see her skin start turning white, as in like cement
What colour
color
was
white.
she?
She's black.
Oh.
Oh,
It was
shit.
ridiculous.
That's
And
a
then
real
she found out afterwards that the girl that did it, her license has been inactive for 9 years.
Fuck that.
So all these girls that get fillers, all like, honestly, do your work, because people that don't be going to someone in the living room and
No,
all
this
that kind of
wasn't
stuff.
in
You
the
have to be
living room.
qualified.
Did you see that woman in America that's doing the teeth in her yard and all that?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
she was filing
Did you
away
see that guy's teeth?
the teeth. She was filing it away. Like she was not. But you
It
know, in
was
America,
ridiculous.
the way that the doctors work here, you can actually do a lot. You can get away with a lot of fuckery because I think you get your license for the state you're in. So if it gets revoked there, I think, forgive me, but then you can just go to another place and start. It's a big place, you know. America's a big place.
Yeah,
Like, there's
true.
not one system where every name
I
is.
mean,
So-
I'm not sure exactly what the things are, but there's bare things like that where you can just go start again in another state,
Yeah.
innit? And just like,
You guys
that's
remember
like us
that
being here, getting in, and just going to Manchester and just starting from scratch like it don't exist. Like,
Mm.
alright,
Mm.
yeah.
Do you guys remember that little kid that pretended to be a doctor for years?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yes.
Legend. He did it again, you know.
I'm not gonna lie.
Was
He
that a
does
little
have a
black kid?
trusting
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, that looked like but he did it again.
He has a very trusting face.
so
I'm just
funny.
saying. He has
What
a
a
very
legend,
wholesome
man.
smile.
What do you mean he done it again?
She did it again. I remember reading another article where they said he's been rearrested at something again. They found out he kept practicing, and then they had to put him back
Where's he practicing?
I don't know. But again, America's bitch.
Do you know what's mad?
He's just said, I'm to never stay.
Like, he's not actually doing his job, he's practicing.
He's
Like,
actually practicing.
He's not qualified in any way, shape, or form.
It's so funny.
That's crazy.
Well, that's so jokes. It's good to
Anyway,
see,
guys, from that disaster to another, let's head into the first headline. Miss Emman, man. All right, day one of the RMT dispute and reports are suggesting that we're seeing the return of a ghost town Britain. The worst combined rail and tube strike in the UK for 30 years, ground large areas of the country to a halt, returning them to the darkest days of COVID and sparking fresh fears for the future of an already struggling pubs, cafes and restaurants. More than 50,000 union members have walked out over demands for an 11% pay rise. We spoke about this yesterday. Britain's towns and cities were deserted yesterday, with shops in London suffering a 27% drop in footfall. Kate Nichols, chief executive of the industry body UK Hospitality, said the walkout would cost restaurants, cafes, bars 540 million in 7 days, based on a 20% drop in sales in a typical June week, where they take in 2.75 billion. A Network Rail employee explains reasons for the walkout, saying it has nothing to do with money. The media outlets have been just focusing on pay. They want all operatives across the country to be gone and replaced with a job role called assistant technician. The duties of this role would include travelling to various locations throughout the country in your own vehicle, therefore using more fuel and having to change your insurance policy to allow for business use, therefore costing the worker even more money. Network Rail wants to attack our pension scheme and make us work more weekends with reduced rest periods between shifts, therefore making staff more fatigued and increasing the risk of serious injury. The worker went on to criticise Andrew Haynes, Network Rail's chief executive. This is the man that claims we need to save money as the company has no money to give us a pay rise, while he sits there in his £635,000 a year job, he said. Brent, if you can play the clip.
The strike is one of the UK's largest for years, and it's being led by one union.
Every worker in this country deserves to negotiate a pay rise and bargain on their conditions. Because if you're not bargaining through a strong trade union, you're begging.
The RMT is bargaining on behalf of thousands of workers. They're employed by the companies that operate the trains and by Network Rail, which maintains the infrastructure. And the RMT says it's time for a pay rise. It wants to be clear, this isn't about train drivers. Most of them belong to a different union. This, it says, is for signallers, cleaners and many others, members who are not high earners. For example, train guards earn between £23,000 and £36,000, track maintenance workers between £16,000 and £34,000. To put that in context, the median pay for all employees in the UK was close to £26,000 last year. And the RMT says its members deserve more.
Our members haven't had a pay rise for up to 3 years. So inflation is now 11.1% on the RPI scale. There's 2 years ahead of that where they've not had a pay deal. They are getting poorer.
We should add, in May 2019, the RMT did secure a pay deal for some of its members. As for inflation, it is high. But Boris Johnson says that's a reason to show restraint.
If wages continually chase the increase in prices, then we risk a wage price spiral.
The FT defines a wage spiral as when workers demand pay rises to match higher living costs, and then companies raise prices to protect their margins, to protect their profits. The FT says it repeats a self-fulfilling process. Unions counter this idea, arguing that energy prices are pushing up inflation, not wages. Now, that analysis is disputed, but the government accepts that wages, in this case, should rise.
No one is suggesting there's some kind of pay freeze required here. We all want to see a sensible pay increase.
But of course, there are different definitions of sensible. This is Simon Clark's.
Linked to that, we need to see reform of some of the practices that make our railway a very unsustainable entity at the moment. We have to recognise that the way that our rail network operates is not fit for the 2020s.
Now, pay proposals have been made. The RMT wants a 7% rise. Network Rail has offered 2% with a further 1% to come. The RMT rejected that. Though it accepts that restructuring is necessary, it adds, We've got to have an assurance that the people who are working there today won't come out of that worse off than they went in. And while the union wants assurances, so too do the train operating companies.
We really require details and acceptance that reform can go ahead, and then that allows us to then work on how do we get a settlement for our staff.
The company says some reform have to be accepted before an offer is made, but the RMT has a further concern.
They have a plan to cut thousands of jobs off the railway network between Network Rail and the train operators. We think that threatens the safety regimes on our railway because they have to cut the maintenance regimes in order to cut the jobs.
These safety concerns, though, are not accepted by the employers.
We do need to reduce the number of people that work for Network Rail because that's one of the key ways that we can be more efficient and save money. We know how we can do that safely.
And so we have a government demanding reduced budgets and modernisation, employers seeking to deliver that, and unions saying this is neither safe nor fair. And the context is the pandemic.
We committed £16 billion to support the railways through COVID. As a result, the trains continued to operate, the industry survived. Not a single railway worker had to be furloughed or lost their job, not one.
It's true, the government did support the railways through the pandemic. The question is, what should happen now? Especially because COVID has changed how we travel. Passenger numbers are down by a fifth, in part because of working from home. Fewer journeys mean lower revenue, especially on commuter routes like this one. And this is the government's plan.
Modernise the railways, make it more productive, and get the industry off taxpayer-funded life support.
To which the RMT argues that COVID's become a smokescreen for job cuts that were planned all along. And though the RMT and the government are trading statements in public, they're not actually directly negotiating. The union is talking to the employers, though it says in reality the Treasury in particular is calling the shots. And the opposition Labour Party says this.
Not only are they boycotting the talks, they're actually hobbling them, and therefore that's why it is imperative that they step in.
The government denies a boycott, but it is declining to intervene.
It's not the case that we're going to sit round the table directly with the trade unions, because that's not how the government ought to be behaving here. We're not the legal employer.
To Labour's leader, though, this is a political ploy.
I don't want the strikes to go ahead, but he does. He wants, Mr. Speaker, he wants the country to grind to a halt so he can feed off the division.
The government denies this too. And there are also questions for Labour.
Which party in this dispute are you backing?
Well, we're backing a deal. We want to see the dispute avoided, and it can be.
My colleague Nick Eardley's looked at Labour too. Is it backing the striking rail workers, Nick asks? There's been no definite answer. How much is a fair pay rise, he asks. That's for the negotiations, the party says. And in these negotiations, there are profound tests for the government and its stated commitment to a high-wage economy, for Labour and its relationship with the unions, for the rail employers and their efforts to run a business with changing travel habits, and for the union and the leverage it has to serve its members. Something is going to have to give.
Alrighty. With all of that, guys, we can hear both sides of the argument. And I think both are quite valid, but the bottom line, the consistent thing is that the real cost of living has just gone mad up, right? So let's jump into our topic of the day. What you saying? All right, then. So reports show that in order to cope with the cost of living crisis, many have already had to cut back on spending and cancel things such as their subscription. So I just wanted to find out from you guys, what have you guys cut back on, if you have at all?
Unnecessary, like, foods and stuff.
Okay.
Because I buy a lot of, like, sugary stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
Do
So
you know what your job is?
I know. I'm not a perfect human being.
All right, then.
Everything in
Relatability.
moderation. Exactly. But yeah, I've tried to cut down on buying, like, unnecessary treats.
Okay.
Like what?
What's that?
Like what?
Chocolate, sweets, biscuits, you name it.
So do you just not go? Because the way I do that is I just don't go into the aisle.
Yeah, well, it's not that hard for me to be like, you know what, let me just turn on the blinkers on. I just don't buy it. I just tell myself, it's done. Over.
Cool. You, Esther, what have you dropped back on?
Oh, I think like maybe like ordering food and stuff like that. But if I'm being honest, I could be better with it. I don't know, but I've got back on.
Do you know what's mad? You know how I'd never used Uber Eats or any of those?
Yeah.
This week was the first week, and I did it back. That shit's addictive. I
It
did
is.
it back to back. As in, I was rushing to do something.
Yeah.
So I got Wagamama's first day.
Mm.
Then I did it again. I didn't even download the app. You know, Uber, like the
Oh, yeah, you
normal
can
app,
do
you
it,
could just do
yeah,
food, innit?
yeah.
So yeah, I might have to
Yeah.
delete Uber now because it's not
I
even like
think-
it's cheaper.
I think, do you know what, actually? I think I haven't really cut down on anything in particular. It's just I'm more, when I want to spend time, I'm like, do you really need that? Even if it's clothes, I'm like, do you really need that? I'm like, no, I don't. Then I don't, basically. So it's just being more conscious of the fact that, girl,
I
I'm
haven't
spending
bought
money
new
anyhow.
clothes in a second. Like
Yeah.
I actually have enough. I have enough clothes. Like,
Honestly.
I think also because of social media, whatever, there's this thing where if you wore a dress, I'm
Horror
not
again.
Beyonce.
I'm not
Someone's
there yet.
not providing me with new dresses
Yeah.
all the time. So yeah, I've literally gone on a shopping ban for a lot of this year,
Yeah.
and I've just used what I've already got. So
Yeah.
that's one thing I've done, and less social events.
Mm.
What about you, King?
I ain't got back on nothing.
Good to know.
I said, I ain't worried about that.
Man's got like what
Nigga,
5
ain't worried
podcasts
about
running
nothing.
at the same time.
Of course, he ain't got back on anything.
Nah, but
He just bought a new TV and hired a decorator. This guy doesn't know inflation.
Wow. Can't really, I told you guys, Marks is the guy to be with.
this is what I'm telling you.
Upper
yeah.
class over there, mate.
I'm putting my money on Brent.
I haven't cutting back on anything, but I did think I was spending a lot of money recently, yeah. But then I realised it's not me.
Who is it then?
It's inflation, bro.
Yeah, because every time you go to the supermarket,
Yeah.
something that you bought yesterday has gone up in price.
It's disgusting.
You know what I mean?
Have you
Yeah,
guys visibly noticed it with anything? Like, have you noticed it with
I've noticed it with everything.
aside of petrol?
No, food.
Oat milk.
Yeah,
Food.
food, yeah.
Oat milk.
Literally,
is
everything I normally
ridiculous.
buy has gone up. I'm
Yeah.
not even joking.
I love pickles. That's
Everything.
gone up.
No, no, everything just seems
More expensive.
more expensive.
Yeah.
But obviously that's coincided with me like decorating my place and all that. So it's probably,
Mm, so
it's probably feeling a bit thing, but for some reason, yeah. It's not for some reason, it's the inflation, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's for me.
Man
It's
said
like,
because it's not me, I'm not gonna change.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think just buying what you need and not what you want.
Yeah, that's
It's what's important.
what I think about.
There's a lot of things that I like to buy, but I don't need it. So why buy it? Just why
Yeah.
waste money on things that you already have abundance of? So
Yeah, I'm gonna try and cut down on like dining out and shit until the inflation sorts itself out.
I did go out the other day, and I go cocktail heavy in it.
Yeah.
Like, I went to this Italian restaurant, and they made this amazing cocktail. I only had like one of it.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous now. I think the other day, my sister wants to go on a brunch here, and I was like, okay, like, how much is it? She said the brunch is £60. And then do you know what it was?
For egg and
was?
sausage.
The menu wasn't that great. I'm sorry, sis. I know if you watch this. I said, £60?
Mm.
I said, yes, sis. I'm going to do a brunch at home. I'm going to just get a
Yeah.
Prosecco, make my own mimosa.
it's a joke
Okay.
right now, man.
What have you kept consistent? Like what, regardless of the inflation or whatever, your outgoings that you kept? I mean, other than like rent and stuff, like.
I guess petrol because I need it
Yeah.
to get
Okay.
about. So
I'll be honest, my beauty treatments.
Mm.
But I'm trying to think maybe I need to go down on that because
No.
it's
It's actually, if you think about it, it's actually playing a role in the job. Do you know what I mean?
It is, yeah, but I just think, do you but I just think, basically, this is my mindset, yeah. Obviously, be smart with money, whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't see why I should work here and not be able to treat myself with something. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm like, beauty treatments is my thing. Getting a facial, getting my nails done, getting lashes. Like, I'm not into like designer bags, designer shoes, stuff like that. That for me, that is my thing. So, but I am kind of thinking about it and thinking maybe it's time to just rock your natural.
or just buy the little home kit, £10 home kit.
Do you know what? I think I might start doing my nails myself, but
Do it yourself.
do you know what it is?
You're
though?
going to go through like a growth
Look,
period there.
look, I get a thingy. I just get a manicure.
But I mean, are you going to be good there? Your nails might look kinky for the first two tries.
No, no, but I think stuff like that, I could really think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really and truly. But
Do you know
yeah.
what's mad? I actually did my own steam facial because someone bought it for me for my birthday and I just saw it. And I was like, it was before Monday. I was like, yeah, let me just try it. Ain't the same though. It's not the same.
And do you know what? It's the ambience. Like, it's
I'm hearing my mum talk to Auntie Bola in the background.
Honestly.
Shouting. I hear it.
It's just a lot. Like someone trying to do one rice and shoot. Like, it's not the same.
You can light some candles and put a little mood music in the room though.
I
Trust
know,
me.
but it's the
By
fact
the
that you're doing it
incense.
yourself. Like, I like the fact that somebody else, I can shut off and someone else is taking care of me. And like,
Literally.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
What's the things that you guys do to treat yourself despite the inflation?
Go on.
I like massages.
Every week or monthly or?
You know what it is?
If you say every other day, I'm gonna quit the show.
No, it depends. So, yeah, I think recently I'd probably like cut down on it, but I probably could go like once a week or once every 2 weeks or something like that.
Massage.
Yeah.
Once every 2 weeks. What's stress? You don't seem that stressed. Maybe that's
why.
why. That's
But
why.
you know that's the cut down. So before, you're probably getting it like every week, wouldn't you?
Do you have a person?
You live a good life.
Yeah, but I can go to different people. I just like to be like pampered. and
No,
massaged and
you
shit.
give pampered princess. You do. You
Yeah,
do.
so that's
I
all
love that for you.
When I got a facial and all that, that was nice. I get pedicures and manicures and these things. You get me?
How much is a massager pop?
They're like 70, 75.
Mine's 65 and they come to your house.
Do you know what's good to help you cut down? Go on Groupon, babes.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, go on Groupon.
And they got,
Is it going to be the quality there?
No, it is. It's good quality, yeah. Because basically that business is trying to make themselves more known.
Yeah.
So it's still the same good standard. It's just a promo, basically.
Okay. What about you?
It's like a discount.
I don't think I've needed to buy anything for myself since the inflation has happened per se, but I've already projected what I'm going to not buy.
Oh, what are you not buying?
So right now, perfume is like one of my big things in it. So I'm not going to buy a perfume for
You buy an
a
expensive
bit because I
ones.
buy expensive perfume and I buy quite a lot. So I'm going to cut down on that. I don't need to buy any more perfume this year. Like I have enough.
Oh, good.
So I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna try.
smell great.
Unless things change, I'm done for the year.
Okay.
Because I'll save money, not buy more perfume.
Okay.
So that's one example. Maybe like I don't know. I don't really buy much clothes. To be fair, I normally buy my clothes what I want. So I'm just gonna not buy anything that's unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop trying to eat out all the time as well.
Yeah, the eating out thing. Actually, I don't really eat out that much though.
Mine's
more ordering.
My thing that I need, like I feel like I need anyway, is I just need to be able to do like a random, good, fun thing. Like no matter what, I just need to be able to at least once a week do something that's just fun or I haven't done before. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel like I'm in some sort like in a wing in a prison. I need to just do something fun, like something new. So that's it.
Yeah.
Change
Do you know
my
what I've been
routine.
thinking?
I might eat out like 4 or 5 times a week.
But you can cook though.
Yeah.
5 out of 7 days.
Yeah, sometimes.
Because you're cutting down because of inflation.
No,
Oh, you're eating
no,
out.
that's-
I thought you said this is what you're gonna do me for. That's
Oh no,
smart.
no. I eat out a lot. I went to dinner with my cousin yesterday. Monday, I think we would have.
And you pay every time.
4 or 5 times. I'm just deep in what you're saying.
No.
You can't pay every time, right? So,
No.
so how many times do you pay? Like twice?
No, it depends. It depends because if I'm going out,
On a
if I'm
date.
going out with a girl, then I pay all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
God bless you, good boy. All right. Well, maybe just go on let's date. Do you know what? That's why it's cheaper to have one consistent thing that you love.
You would think so.
You would, it's not even true. It's not even true. It's a lie. I'm lying.
Now you gotta get
You got me.
Also, I need some advice from the girls. Not that I'm struggling in this area, but
That's not how you started.
There's a lot of T's and C's going on today
being
for the
in
guys.
a relationship
Yeah.
with inflation, how do you suggest I navigate trying to save money whilst being in a relationship?
Educate them on inflation.
Put up the tune to CD.
No. My girl's clued up on inflation.
Yeah.
But let's just say, but obviously being a girl, you still want to do things.
No, but drive it
He's
home
asking
though.
us.
Like you know, like
I ain't got no money. There's no money. Yeah.
Charts like the
Before
footsie.
inflation, this is what we could have got.
Yeah.
Now after inflation, don't listen
okay.
to this guy. This is
Yeah.
not where you want to be.
Okay,
man.
When she comes in, just have the news on. But turn that off. 11%.
I feel like the thing is like obviously you've already bagged her in it.
Yeah.
She already loves you in it. Alright, cool. So you're already in a good position.
Yeah.
Now you can do sentimental shit.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you can do sentimental shit and it will still run. Do you know what I mean?
And you can do like performative stuff, like when you're in the next room, if like, she's in the next room, like, shit! You know, like, then, like, when she comes through, what's wrong? Inflation gonna hit 12%, baby. It's gonna hit 12, I'm telling you.
No, but you know what? I think just have a conversation.
Get out.
Yeah.
I think just have,
He's like,
have a conversation.
shit! I want to love you more than this.
But Boris said no.
Boris said no.
No. We speak about. I mean, like,
Okay.
what tangible examples can you give? Like,
I think, like what Chloe said, I think you have to kind of substitute things. I think
Yeah.
so. Instead of like maybe you guys going out on a Sunday for whatever,
Yeah.
have like lunch and like get cocktails and stores, like do stuff like that. I think it's a cheaper option.
And I think with people
Have
in
a
relationships,
suggestion.
even if it's casual and dating and stuff like that, I think people should just be able to have open and honest conversations.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
And it's
no, for
like,
sure.
I'm literally earning less than I was a few months ago.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
through no fault of my own.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're saying,
And
the
you
price,
probably
I
are
think
too.
the wage is the same, everything's got, I am literally earning less money than I was a few months ago. Until someone sorts this out or something gets sorted out.
Keep listening to TPA.
Things are gonna have to just change a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a few things we're going to
Yeah,
have to
of
rein on
course.
and restrictions. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every day I was linking you, was going to restaurants, like, nah, babe, sometimes you probably have to come to the crib with some chicken.
Yeah, but even
You get me?
that's so cute. That is really cute.
Take off, I don't know, you know your girl's love language. I'm not going to target this towards you,
Mm.
but this person, take off your shirt and cook a good meal. Like, turn the music on. Are you telling me? Okay, guys,
Don't
there's a
drag
new
me into
show.
your
No,
HR
I'm bringing you into
case.
There's a new show. No, you take off your shirt. Everyone take off their shirts. Listen, on Netflix, there's a new show called You Don't Know Me or something like that. Yeah, it's got a black lead. It's a great show. It's
Oh, I put a few
series.
people on that. That's with the girl.
Yeah, with the girl
The
and
honey
the way
trap
he's
girl.
lying and he's in
Okay,
court.
then
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good
so
show.
it's a good
Okay.
show.
Good show.
Slightly better than Man of God, but I still recommend that. Anyway, with that, yeah, at one point he was trying to get the girl and he made a joke about a type of pasta in it.
Yeah.
So he went to go and learn how to make the pasta. And like Italian pasta, real Italian pasta isn't the easiest thing to learn. He had to proper learn it, whatever. And then she came over and he cooked it for her. And he had his shirt on, to be fair. But it was like a great date. No, not everybody wants to go to someone's house on the first date. Do you know what I mean? Scary times. But I just felt like thoughtful. You're in a situation where you can actually do that and you'll be seen as sweet. You'll get the brownie points and all of that. And your missus is intelligent. She knows the situation. Do you know what I mean? So
yes, I
you
think
can
I
definitely
think do that. Honestly, substitute like date nights and stuff like that for home things. You can make it nice, have a brunch, and like just make it.
And there's
nice.
cheap dates that are fun as well. Like reserving this for when they love you. That, but like there's cheap days. There's outdoor. I went to somewhere along the river and they were doing an outdoor cinema. There's lots of. It was
And you know
really
what?
cool.
People don't like.
Summer day.
People don't like doing this stuff. I don't know why. Because white people love doing it. You just gotta learn. Yeah.
From white people.
Yeah. Well, but there's sites. I can't remember. It's not. It's like the Groupon thing. I can't remember what it's
Voucher.
called. It's not even
Time-
Voucher. There's a dope one with restaurants anyway. Yeah, and it's got dope promotions all the
Yes,
time.
yeah, I
Like
know who you're talking about.
50% off, or not only
it
thing for the
Time Out?
drinks, or I can't remember what the app's called or the thing. It's cold though, and it's proper restaurants
Taste
as well.
Card.
Huh?
The taste card.
I can't remember. So
Yeah, it is.
It says
Yeah, the taste
plugging
card.
a lot of people.
Taste out, yeah. It's proper restaurants as well.
Yeah.
Like it's not like just like
Yeah.
something bottom of the barrel. There's top tier stuff. There's promotions going on all day that you can do. Obviously, when you're on the date with the babes and time for the boo, you got to bring out and talk about your cold and thing.
No,
But
I don't think that's a big thing, you know.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've never done it. So
I think live
'Cause
your
what I-
truth and get your audience.
Yeah, and what I see though, because what I see is a guy who can save money. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
stuff
but
like
I
that.
do know. But let's talk for everyone, right? There are some girls that if they see that, that's going in the group chat. But then that's that.
if there's a
you
girl,
point them to TDA, the People's Journal.
obviously you
it's
take.
inflation out here.
Obviously, you mix with what kind of people. Like you choose what kind of people you mix with.
Yeah.
You don't know, but it's like there's some girls that like maybe like every time I met you, we're going out. We go out. We eat. It don't even have to be super high life, but we go out. Thing I got it. I covered. And one day I say to you, babes, you know what? Things are a bit tight at the minute. You know, we can't even really do that right now. There's some people you told that to. It's like it's giving them the ick.
Yeah.
Why
that
will
person.
you willingly pay more money for stuff you don't have to? I don't understand.
Wait, me from the guy's
How
perspective.
are you women? Yeah, how are you women looking like?
women.
Yeah, obviously, because you just said just now that
No,
some
'cause-
women actually look at men sideways.
Yeah.
Get
No, you're doing Harvard references.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Man, you just said it. It was like
Yeah, no.
He
Come
said
with
Quay
you. We're with you.
2022.
Go on, babe.
So we have two black women in the room, right?
Yes.
100% you guys may not be materialistic, but let's channel that particular type of woman,
Okay,
right?
let's
So you can
channel.
answer this question.
Yeah.
You're not paying for it. It's not coming out of your flipping pocket,
Mhm,
right? And you're going to the finest restaurants, the
Yeah.
ones you want to go to,
Yeah.
and the guy just has a bloody cup card. I don't understand why it is that he has to be looked at. This is not personal. Songs like I have actually.
Yeah, it sounds like
No, it sounds like
It's
you
not trauma, innit? Yeah.
Sounds like you went through this.
Can I tell you? Can I give you the simplest answer? Yeah.
Mm.
Black people and black people don't want to accept this, but black people are classist.
Oh, what?
And classist.
Classist.
And I think the moment black people start to understand that, I think that we will be able to delve deeper into stuff. I feel like black people may not necessarily have, but we like to pretend that we have, or we like to look down at someone who has like maybe like £1 less than us. I think it's that, because for me, I don't get it how, like, because they're genuinely girls. I've spoken to girls who it would actually put them, like, they would not, you could be a great guy, but the fact that you've used a coupon or you
I'm
had
not
like a
even saying
discount or something
coupon.
like that.
I'm
No,
not
but
even
not even a
saying
coupon, but
it's
like,
like
you've got a
club
discount
number.
off the
Even
meal.
so though, you're right though.
It's mad. It's
Even
weird.
so though, the coupon, like so
Like,
what?
why do you want me to pay full price when I can
Exactly.
actually get
I'm
this?
using my discount.
Like, you should be happy for me that I managed to get 40% off
That's
this
what I'm
joint.
saying.
I don't get it.
Like, we came up.
That's what
But I
I'm
think
saying.
everyone's-
Now I've got more money. I've got more money to place elsewhere. No?
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I'm
No,
not.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do that though. I'll be so real with you. I'm not gonna be at the end of the date and then like I would have to be able to. I don't know, do it beforehand or something. I don't know, but I'm not at the date being like, yeah, brother.
coupon's a bit different.
But that isn't how it works though.
Okay,
You
not
don't
even
go
a
there and say, yo, I've got a coupon in where? Hakkasan or
waiters
something.
are
Go and do it.
waiters are
You know what I
waiters are like, I think here's the thing. I think if you have sauce, there's a lot of things that you overstand like in life, right? I think sometimes if you say something with vim, the person starts to question why they even judging you for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they see you with your car outside, or if they see that you conduct yourself a particular way, and this is just, you might just be a guy who's financially savvy.
You're just frivolous.
But you have
to
frugal.
But you have to like do it with chest. If you act ashamed of it, then she can step on that. Do you know, I'm not saying it's right.
I'm not gonna lie, I hear her though.
If you're like, I'm so apologetic.
Yeah, because if your situation is clearly cool, if that makes sense. But this is how you choose to move and you own it. Then I guess there's not really. You could just say, boy, like you say, my man just a frugal you, boy.
In the heterosexual relationships I've seen, right? If people usually the girl just kind of follows your lead. If you act like you're shy about something, then she now knows that you ain't.
Me, I ain't shy about saving money, boy.
Right?
Boss man, £100
But
off
maybe
it.
not like that.
I think also as well, black people don't really. I don't know what it is, but we don't like talking about money. So I think anything to do with money, like we kind of like just kind of squirm at it.
Can I add to that?
That's what it is. Yeah.
I feel like there's gender norms that we hold on to really tough, like really tight in the black community. Black guy, provider, above everything, shouldn't be able to be rattled. Girl, delicate princess, and we all play into that when it benefits us. Yeah. Oftentimes, when it's benefiting one person, it's not benefiting the other. And do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. And I think these conversations don't happen 1 year into the relationship or 6 months into the relationship. But you see that initial dating when you lot are both auditioning and both like trying to show up for each other. I think that's where sometimes it's just a bit childish and it's a bit elitist and it's a bit it's a bit classist maybe. I don't know if classist is the way. I think sometimes people judge a lot on that first date. So
What's it called? If you go in to watch a movie, and the guy brings sweets and popcorn from the Tesco's or whatever, is that giving you the ick? Or would you prefer he bought the popcorn from the actual cinema?
I would get why he would because the prices are reading there, but I personally like cinema popcorn.
Okay.
And I think that I wouldn't be put off because he did that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would rather we bought the
stuff from there.
Yeah.
But the experience of
I get why, because minstrels in there are like £5.
Listen,
when Sainsbury's is £1.
They make a lot of money on popcorn.
See me, I've been in the cinema.
Put in my bag, babes.
I'm pulling out packs of sweets in my pockets, inside pocket.
I think that's fine because I think the popcorn is the one I can't have butterkiss when there's freshly made popcorn.
I normally buy popcorn from the cinema.
Yeah.
But I would buy it from the shop because I prefer butterkiss, sweet and salty anyway.
Okay.
So I prefer to buy that. But sweets and stuff, listen.
No,
for
sweets,
example,
absolutely.
a minstrel's pack, for example.
It's like £4.99.
£1 at Tesco's, or I should pay £4 at the cinema. Impossible.
But my thing is that you need to. I'm going back to this. Is all about sauce. I will say the whole buying stuff before you go into the cinema, right? That is like a cute little moment. Anyway, do you know like when you're just picking, and he's just buying that? That is, but you don't. It doesn't destroy the date if that doesn't happen.
It's like
it's
KFC wings.
And also, if you are, I just feel like if you wrap something up in a joke, a bit of banter, it doesn't. It's not.
I can push the narrative that I could just do it as like, rather than moving like I'm trying to be frugal and save money, I can do it as like lawbreaker.
Yeah.
You know, like, like paint it up like, we're dangerous.
I don't think she's gonna buy into it.
He's stupid. I'll bring anything I want in there, babe.
No, but you got to be something.
So you want a piece of slice?
No, but it's got to be. What you want, chicken burger?
It's got to be something different. It can't be.
You want that got it.
Exactly. No, because
it can't be sweets. It's got to be a blanket. It's got to be like.
If you want it, I got it. What you want, baby girl?
I think the rules are. It's hot food you can't bring in.
I'm telling you for now.
It's hot food you can't bring in, right? But sweets and that. That's
what I'm saying. He has to break the rule proper. You can't say I can bring whatever I like and you're bringing what I could have brought from
them.
Exactly, it's got to be a blanket sandwich. It's got to be stew. It's got to be. You got to be.
I'm gonna be chicken.
That's how it's. When now some girls might be turned off by that, but that is not the girl for you.
I will be turned off if you pack lunch.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. If I was with a girl in cinema and she brought out like some jollof and chicken.
You have?
No, I'm saying if I did.
But why is she doing that?
No, because I'm reversing.
Will you ask for a spoon?
But now it's different.
Why?
I secretly would ask for a spoon though.
No,
it's different.
It's intriguing. I'm like,
does the food bang? They're gonna taste it.
I can't lie to you.
It bang, but no, it is. This ain't the setting for that.
We could have had this after, babes.
You know what I mean?
It's not.
Jollof and chicken in cinema.
Do you guys remember when Black Panther happened? The people were literally going there with like and like in like.
Yeah, but that was a political statement.
No,
That was
I thought that was really
You're
embarrassing.
being classist. That was a
I
political
thought, yeah,
statement.
do you know what? In that situation, I am bloody elitist. I'm upper class.
And,
I'm classist.
and now your
everything.
section's gonna smell like jollof and chicken. And that.
Ew.
Okay.
And let's say someone said they'll be like, excuse me, you're not allowed. Excuse
Oh,
me.
no, don't talk to me. If I'm doing
Can't
something
have that in there.
bad and I get away, okay, the
I
thing
wouldn't
about
enter
breaking the
the
rules,
Yeah.
it's all cool if you don't get embarrassed.
Oh.
But if you now have security come to you, turn
Yeah.
with a light on you and say, excuse me, Mr. Marsden, excuse, like,
You're not
what
allowed
you
that in
doing?
here.
And the girl could die. You might be able to firm it. But unless you have sauce, the girl
I'll
might
be honest
die.
with you. I'm doing this.
The girl might die.
Like, I don't, like,
And
I'm not
he will break
sexual
up with you if you do that. Because remember, he wants you to
And
ride and die with him
If I break
in
up with you
COVID.
first. If I break up with you
All right,
first.
cool. What's the worst thing you've done in the cinema?
What?
I don't know that question.
I don't like this question.
As in, what's the most scandalous, salacious thing you've done in the cinema?
Again,
I
don't like
I
it.
don't like this question.
So is this topic of the day or?
Yeah, exactly. Move on to the next question.
I tried to cultivate a conversation here. It didn't work. Let's move on.
What kind of demonic question?
What happened?
What is that? Do you know you might have to zoom in on everyone's faces?
You don't do them things.
What's that? You're doing? Okay, cool. Fair enough.
What's that? What's the most salacious thing you've done?
I asked y'all first. If y'all would have answered, I would have answered for real.
I feel like
That
as
was
I've
so
spent-
incriminating. That quick man was like, what? No.
Brent, what's the craziest? What's the most salacious thing you've done in the cinema?
I think I've gotten my willy.
Oh, God, go.
Okay, then. Let's go.
You ain't got no Willy suck, bro.
Wait, Brent, if a girl actually
I'm saying that because I don't want you to believe you. Because me and Mark know you're lying.
Brent, what are you doing?
I would like the show.
What are you doing after?
I'm trying to show you guys it's a safe space here.
What are
guys
you
not-
doing after
not following
she
my
sucked your
lead.
willy in the cinema? Like, what are you doing after?
What do you mean?
Having sex in the toilet of the cinema.
No, I don't think he would.
That's a crime.
You asked me if I
Is that a crime?
Yeah.
Then lock me up. Throw away the
You had
key.
sex in the cinema in the
You can't
toilet
have
of a
sex.
cinema.
You can't have sex in
My
public
G.
spaces, but
My
it's
G.
a crime.
I know.
You can.
I know, but I can
You
imagine
can,
that pill.
but you shouldn't.
I can imagine.
Well,
that
have sex in
pill.
public
Not
places?
the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't you know that's a thing, though?
sorry, Mrs. Officer. What's going on?
MI5. She
Man
walks
said,
in.
You
I
shouldn't
keep
be
saying
having
I'm
sex in
auditioning for
public.
MI5. I'm gonna do what I need to do.
I said, no, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't do it.
You shouldn't do that.
So if you walked in the toilets, Esther,
I would never snitch.
PC plod, you walked into the toilet and you heard people getting it off.
I'm
Right?
walking back out.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I'm man the business.
I
that
would be
pays
like,
me.
get in, son.
Nah, I'm man the business that pays- That's so awkward.
Okay, cool. I know we've completely gone off topic, but I'm just gonna end with this last question.
So funny.
Could you give up your Spotify, Apple Music? So let me ask these questions individually, or just answer individually. Would you give up Spotify or Apple Music in order to like?
I don't think that $4.99 is what's
I don't
really
even
bringing
pay-
my bank.
Pay for my
It's
Spotify.
$9.99, no? What are you doing? All right, shout out you, Esther. You
Got
and Miles
Fire
on the.
Stick.
That's a using his Fire Stick. I hear it. Netflix or so? Would you not give up your Spotify or Apple Music? You
Or
can't.
give up my Spotify or Apple Music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have
Mr. Rotations.
No, that's why I miss Rotations. How much music I have on my laptop that I illegally downloaded?
So
Bare.
Allegedly.
Bare. And I still know how to illegally download music.
LOL, he's just playing.
Am I? Oh yeah.
You are playing. LOL.
Netflix or Prime?
Do you know what? Netflix are pushing me there.
What did they
Netflix are because the price increase they keep doing. Because I think I paid $13.99 for that. I think that's very outrageous.
No, you have to do the family plan.
And I haven't watched it in time actually. I'm watching Disney Plus. What am I doing?
Can I be honest? I'm not gonna
Constantly.
lie. Netflix, Disney Plus is smacking your ass.
Absolutely.
And then Amazon Prime, if you get that one off. So yeah, there's a lot more competition than there was.
I've
a little
actually
while
got
back.
all of them. I'm
I
in
pay for
bondage.
Amazon Prime too.
No, I never said I paid for them. I said I got all of them.
Same. You know,
Oh, so we're just confessing.
I have Disney Plus,
No.
Who have you cheated
Amazon
on?
Prime, and Netflix. And ask me how much do I pay out those?
10 of
£0.
Zero.
Wait, is it your login or someone else's login?
My sister's login is the Amazon. My girl's login is Netflix, and
Oh.
my friend's login is Disney Plus.
Snitching.
Yeah,
on
all
yourself.
that. My brethren,
All of that.
I've got
I
all
don't
that.
mind.
My All of them are none to do with me. It's not like I've stolen them. People have given them, but I think that's what people should do. You should
share, man.
I think you should share. Like as many people as you could put on your subscription, you should give to. That's what I believe.
Because remember,
because like, why not?
You're allowed to do this.
No, but people use my subscription. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but
Yeah,
they're
you
allowed
just
to.
keep doing that. That's good. You're doing a good job.
No, because then they're sin free and they're.
It's not sin free. You're allowed to give people your thing.
No, but I'm paying for it.
Yes, you have. You have different.
No,
you have different logins.
No, you're
not
not
allowed.
Netflix.
Yeah, that's the family one. That's the family one.
Yeah, it's a family one.
Yeah, I'm family.
No, she's talking about just giving people your login.
Oh, random people.
No, mine is family that's using it. But my thing is that I'm the one paying for it.
Is it the family membership that you have?
No.
I don't think, it's not,
That's what I'm saying.
So it's
You're not
illegal.
allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's fine. But what I'm saying, the point I'm making to you is, you're saying they're watching it for free, yeah? But that's the whole point. Like, you was the one, prepared to take the subscription on, if that makes sense. Because everybody wants it, but no one want to do it. But you took it on, So now you've got it.
Yeah.
So what if they watch it for free? Because you've got it anyway.
Yes.
Someone else done it, innit?
Yeah,
If someone else done it first in your thing, then you can take their one. But you've done it, innit?
But
So
what I'm
provide.
saying is that in the spirit of sharing, I should now tap out and be doing these saving costs and topic of the day, and then someone else should have it. So now I should benefit from someone else paying for it.
No, that's when it is. They're gonna look and say,
because I'm paying for Amazon, Netflix. I mean, Apple. I'm the only one who uses that anyway. Yeah.
Actually, when I think about it, it might only be Spotify that I pay for. I actually don't pay for that. That comes part of my contract now.
It's one too many things I'm paying
my
for.
My brethren just done that stuff out of the goodness of his heart. We was talking about something. I wanted to watch it. He's like, it's lit. And he's like, oh yeah, sign. It's on Prime. I ain't got Prime. Yeah, sign into my Amazon and watch it. And I signed in and I watched it and it's been there. And what he also done for me was dope. We was having a conversation and he was like, that family thing on Netflix, on Spotify is cold. You can put bare people on it. I said, I ain't even got Spotify. He said, he goes, join on the thing. And he's thinged it and he's got the Spotify. So I don't even...
That's a good friend.
Yeah, I didn't even ask him. It just came up. He was like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. But it's the point, it's the mindset, innit?
Yeah.
He knows he's got it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference whether I'm on there or not. He's going to pay for it.
I've been doing it for, he likes you. It's time now, actually.
Yeah, he likes you. He was nice to his boy.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what I'm saying. But I think if we all do that, then everybody will have Netflix.
I know, but I
just
just
my ASOS. I pay for ASOS as well.
Yes, ASOS.
You pay for ASOS?
Yeah, you get free next delivery for
I pay for next
Yeah.
delivery for. But it's a one-off payment though. So
Yeah,
I don't
one-off
count
payment.
that.
Yeah.
I don't count
But then,
that. And it makes
sometimes,
no
like,
sense.
I do share a lot of stuff because with that, it's $9.99
It's a
ASOS.
yearly thing, no?
Oh yeah.
It's a one-off
Yeah,
payment.
one-off yearly payment.
Yeah,
That's
that's
that.
But
State
so
that,
a lot of things I
state
share
that.
actually. A lot of things I pay for, but I share.
I think,
Yeah.
my girl that's still doing, she's studying right now. Do you think I pay for anything throughout uni days?
That's why my Apple is full.
What have I got that I share?
Okay, respect.
There's something that I got that I share. I don't know. See, the thing that I got that I share is still not even mine.
What's that?
My BT Sport I share with man.
Okay.
With the BT Sport, I send it to people so they can watch it. But that's like from my mum.
So the takeaway is that we're all really good people.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're all,
Some of us better than others. I'm
all
different than you guys because I'm the one paying for it. I'm going to sit on that throne.
Yeah, you can sit on that throne, sis.
I
And all
absolutely
the
am.
coins that come out of your account, you can take that too.
Yeah. I need to cut them off.
You win everything. But guys, wait, hold on. Have you guys subscribed yet? We need to just stop randomly and just ask people, have you subscribed? Because people are stealing content.
Stop what you're doing right now.
Do you know what's mad? We just spoke about stealing content and now we're telling people to subscribe. But it's free.
Yeah, but it's free though.
It's free to subscribe.
That's
Well,
even nice.
Do you know what I mean?
It's free for now, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It's true. It's true. Subscribe.
And then you won't be able to share logins. I'll tell you that. I'm going to make sure that is not allowed.
He's going to use an Emman
I'm
5
printing
contact.
paperwork.
That is hilarious. Guys, let's jump into the next headline. Give you As mentioned before, Tory MPs were not happy that the European Court of Human Rights possessed the power to overturn the UK's court decisions, which resulted in the first plane to Rwanda not going ahead as planned last week. However, it now seems the European Court's block on sending asylum seekers to Rwanda could be overturned by ministers under a new proposal. The plan being introduced to Parliament will allow ministers to ignore the court's injunctions. It is part of changes to the Human Rights Act, introducing what ministers say will be tougher legal tests. Unveiling the plans, Mr. Rehab confirmed the government would not quit the European Convention on Human Rights, which are a set of legal safeguards allowing ordinary people to challenge what they say is unfair treatment by the government. What these changes will do is fix a problem with the Human Rights Act without abandoning abandoning it altogether. Mr. Riab said the Bill of Rights will strengthen our UK tradition of freedom whilst injecting a healthy dose of common sense into the system. We will be very clear in domestic law that Rule 33 interim orders do not bind UK courts or indeed public bodies or officials. So, guys.
They are fighting this all the way to the hill, boy.
Yes.
They do not want to go to Rwanda.
Well, it seems like it doesn't matter that they don't want people to go to Rwanda. It seems like the UK government wants to have better control over that. They don't want people to be able to just overturn things.
This is crazy.
My vim for this story is waning.
But do you know what? Real lives hang in the balance.
I know.
But he said still. All right, well, let's move on. Bill Cosby found guilty.
Again?
Do you know what? I haven't really followed the story enough. I don't know how many, I don't know what's...
Remember, there were different counts, innit?
Yeah.
Yes.
For this particular case, he's been found guilty.
Okay, well, let's turn on the case. A jury decided yesterday that comedian Bill Cosby sexually assaulted a teenager at the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles in 1975. Judy Hirth testified to the civil trial that Cosby, 84, had forced her to perform a sex act on him at the venue when she was 16 years old. Miss Huth alleged that Mr. Cosby brought her and another underage friend to the mansion, lured her to the bedroom and forced himself on her. When she resisted, he forced her to perform a sex act on him. In her 2015 deposition, Cosby said he did not remember her and would not have pursued sex with a minor. Hugh Hefner also said it would have been very unusual for underage girls to be allowed inside the mansion. However, the jury ruled in her favour, with Cosby being ordered to pay Miss Huth, who is now 64, £407,000 in damages, which is $500,000. As we know, less than a year ago, Cosby walked free from prison after his sexual assault conviction was thrown out. He was released from prison after serving nearly 3 years.
So he's still free. He just has to pay a fine.
How is it?
Yeah.
To this.
So he was convicted for sexual assault, but he was released.
Yeah, I can't remember the reason why he was released. Because I'm not sure if the 3.5 years was his complete sentence.
No, it wasn't. The conviction was thrown out or something like that.
Yeah,
it was like overturned or something like this.
Do we know why it was overturned? We'll look into that.
Why what he was released?
Yeah. Why his full conviction? Why his
I think it was like good behaviour, and I think also like actually no, I don't think it would be health
No.
things. I think they tried to argue like I remember they tried to argue like health
things,
whatever, and he was losing his mind and whatever. Do you guys remember that meme when he was like,
yeah.
It says thrown out. I don't think it'll be thrown out for good behaviour or something like that.
because it was thrown
Maybe
out.
there was a
I thought he had
technicality or
I thought he had to live in a halfway house at one point.
So it's probably to do with something about the case. Maybe, I don't know, evidence or I'm not sure.
I thought he was in a you know what's that thing when you're in prison inside your house?
House arrest.
Yeah, I thought it was under house arrest.
No, he went to
He was in prison. Yeah.
Old
one
man.
thing-
These times, what's this? This is a civil case, isn't it? So there's no like prison time here.
Yeah.
But it's mad because how did they even prove this? Do you reckon he's being like trialed off the stuff that he's done from his reputation and shit? Because obviously they overturned it and he went guilty, but it was like when you say 1975, no, like his word against hers. Like how do you even prove this for real? Like what was a 16-year-old doing in the Playboy Mansion? Like they just would have.
So those are some good questions. I don't really have answers for them in terms of how they prove it. It might just be a thing. You know, like how OJ Simpson, he got off with the murder trial. So then when he did that fuckery driving on the roads and having to steal some equipment, they gave him like the heavy-handed consequence and I think a lot of people felt like because he got away with that, the jury just was mad harsh. So there must be, you can't ignore what you think you know, you know what I mean? But when I watch a lot of documentaries about rock, even Elvis Presley, you know Elvis Presley's like first wife was mad underage. Like as in she moved in with him when she was 14 or something.
Some context for you. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Feel free to jump in.
Anytime.
That's nice.
No, just some information on why they overturned Cosby's trial.
Okay. So I'm meant to read all this?
No, just
I'm trying to skim read this.
Run it, please. Thank you.
Yeah, because I can't see.
Oh, okay then, cool. So they overturned Cosby's trial because the prosecutors violated Mr. Cosby's rights by what? How do you say that?
Reneging.
What's a reneging?
Reneg.
Okay, well, by reneging on an apparent promise not to charge him, the court majority ruled.
Yeah.
So basically, like, yeah, it's loophole stuff. I think it was something. Well, I don't have to think. I could read it, but I'm sure that it was something like he was supposed to like agree to certain things or admit certain things, and certain things would happen, but then they charged him for it, and that was they weren't supposed to do that. They went back on it, and that was wrong. So that's why.
And so that
in
throughout
layman's
the whole
terms,
sentence.
huh?
So they threw out the whole sentence because of.
Well, yeah, they had to. It's like if you agree to certain things or admit to certain things, then this and this and this will happen, innit? But not they agreed that they couldn't charge him on it, but then they charged him on it.
Do you know what's mad? The victims in that case must feel so let down. If the fact that he got out was because of the prosecutor's mistake, that is
Well, that's
embarrassing fumble.
Yeah, because that's even more annoying because that's their lawyers essentially. That's the one fighting their case.
Yeah.
And then now my case has been thrown out because you made a blunder.
But I do think there's a conversation that's being missed alongside this Bill Cosby thing, and I'm not taking away any onus from Bill Cosby. I want to make that very, very clear. And trigger warning, sexual assault stuff. When I do watch a lot of documentaries on rock stars back in the Quay, the groupies were 13-year-old girls who hitchhiked from their home in Nova Scotia somewhere to go and see their favorite stars, went back out. Like, I don't think people understand how the culture of that time was very predatory on young girls. Yeah. And that was very much allowed.
And then obviously it's people growing up, times changing, and then getting self-aware and then saying, oh, that was wrong.
But it was wrong then, I think.
It was wrong.
It was, but it
always
wasn't.
wrong, but it wasn't.
It's not fair to grow up in a different time and age and then get self-aware and then say that was wrong and then vilify someone for doing something when at the time the climate and the change was deemed as acceptable because you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like the blind leading the blind. We're looking now with hindsight and we're saying it was wrong, but at the time we all clearly thought this was acceptable because this is what we was doing. You know what I'm trying to say?
If they thought, go ahead, King.
I was going to say, but do you mean if the girl was complicit at the time?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so if she was underage and complicit, you're saying you can't now say, oh, I was underage because
well,
you can't.
You don't. I don't want to speak for people, but logically, I would just assume that, like you're saying, that underage girl that jumped on the train from Nova Scotia for the chance to meet one of them rock stars, then getting backstage and knowing that she's gonna suck his dick and fuck him, never told that guy she was 14 or 15. She said I was 17, I was 18, I was 19. But obviously you can't just assume, you can't think because we don't know. But that's just the way the world works, really and truly. You know what I'm trying to say? So some of these people might not have known. Yeah, they might have been underage at the time. Is it to say that painted the picture that they was running around sleeping with underage girls? Everybody just knew, like, yeah, I'm underage. No, because most girls will lie about their age to get into clubs do you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I hear what you're saying. And I think you're giving some of these people a bit of credit in terms of, I think in some situations it was zero fucks. Like, this is a young girl that's attractive. I'm not, maybe they didn't even ask the age. Maybe there was not even any lying.
Yeah.
It was just like, yo, young girl, and she's on it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And she's like, remember like celebrity and fandom, when you study psychology, it actually got like some real, like it's got some real stuff to it in terms of they really surrender power to these people that they think are better than them. I think and also I definitely think that they didn't care that it was wrong. I think these people knew it was wrong, but the power that they had and the fact that everyone around them was never going to snitch and all of that, I think it took that away from them. They didn't have to think about that. A lot of these documentaries, and I see it as well, it's whispered. There's some celebrities today, that are loved, that are like public treasures, that if you go back in their past, you definitely will find stuff. But because they're likable, whatever, and because no one's really come out and said anything, they're going to get away with it. But there was a culture, however we want to see it, where sleeping with these groupies and young girls, whatever, was like part of winning. It was part of being a rock star.
Because when you think about like the R. Kelly stuff here with Aaliyah and whatever,
they knew.
Like her family knew. Like, do you get me? I don't know. Like it's a bit weird.
Yeah, but people from we've got privileges that people from the past never had. So even you're saying like you knew, even though you might, but you don't know what you don't know. So things don't look like how they do now. They didn't look like then. Like people might have been aware of what they were doing, but not aware of what they're doing, if that even makes sense.
I think it's also the culture of the time, because I think back then, if you think about like our grandparents and stuff, and like the age, someone even tweeted the other day, talking about, you guys are talking about this person and whoever, Gemma or whatever, age gap. They're like, ask your parents the age gap between them.
Yeah, ask most people.
Don't even go back to your grandparents. Ask your parents.
Don't go back to your grandparents. Your grandparents are going to kill you. Like, grandparents are going to finish you.
15 and 21.
Yeah. Some parents, your parents have like a 10-year gap between your parents and stuff like that.
Don't ask your granddad nothing because you're going to be like, granddaddy, damn.
But I think it was a different like culture and different time that I think, obviously in situations where someone was taken advantage of, regardless of the age or whatever, I'm glad that it's come as hit you now today. But yeah, I do think it's a way to look at these things.
Do you know what it is? The way that we may see it as paedophilia abuse of a minor. I think they just saw it as dynamics, power dynamics. I'm just you want me.
And back then as well, women's role was very clear.
Oh, that was
very
another
clear.
thing.
Like,
the way that women,
you just want to get picked by a man, and you're gonna be married, and you're gonna have children, and that they didn't. I don't think society back then accounted for women doing what they're doing today. So back then it was very clear. The men are the men. They do the work. They do whatever. And women, your entire life just audition for a man, and when you get picked, you're happy you got picked.
Yeah. And if that's at 15 at the back of a stage,
they're happy, right?
Then so I do understand that there are nuances that we often forget when we like go at people, whatever. I think it's also just trying to set a standard that we have to maintain today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is more time than not. Like, what? He did this to who? Like, no, we're gonna get him out of here.
Well, I think all we could do is hold each other to the standards that we're setting, innit? I think what's unfair is when you take people from the past and try and hold them to the standards that we're living with today, because it's two separate things. You know what I'm trying to say? That. So if you're gonna go and judge someone from something that they've done, I think you need to look at it from the eyes of the time, and take everything into account. Not just say, oh, rah. We all think different now.
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say? So that's.
And I totally agree with you. I think with Bill Cosby and what he was accused of was drugging someone.
Yeah, he was
and
actually drugging them and doing that.
That shows a mentality or maliciousness, trying to take away over power and stuff like that. So, yeah, but okay, cool. With all of that, guys, let's head into Word on the Road.
A while back, I told you guys about Ed Sheeran's copyright legal case that was ongoing. It has now been concluded, and he and his co-writers have been awarded
tell me the number.
£916,200.
Almost $1 million.
To cover the legal costs. I need to know how much that legal bill was, because that's a lot of money.
Oh, so that's not their money. They have to get that goes to their lawyers.
Yeah, but I guess I don't think the legal cost would be nearly $1 million.
Yeah, they just pay whatever they need to pay for lawyer, and then
profits,
they just give you the rest up in it.
Yeah. So it was an 11-day trial, and if you guys remember, two guys called Chokri and O'Donoghue took Ed Sheeran and his two writers, Stephen McCutcheon and John McDade, to court over Shape of You song. So they basically alleged that it basically copied their song called OY, a 2015 song. They have OY, and the judge didn't think so. So that was that.
I remember that day. Mark didn't think so either.
Yeah.
Mark said we inspire all each other, innit? Like.
Literally. So so judge basically awarded them that money for legal costs. And obviously the defendants, the claimants, I think, the other guys, they basically didn't see why they should pay the legal costs or whatever.
Yeah.
And the judge basically said, I consider it is appropriate that the claimant's success is reflected in an order that the costs are paid by the defendants, because that's the other way around, without reduction save for that which is made as part of the process of detailed assessment. So they basically tried to say that because Ed Sheeran and his team were kind of awkward and not really, they didn't basically come with receipts and stuff, they shouldn't have to pay for their thing, because essentially they weren't really serious about the trial, blah, blah. And judge basically said, no, you're going to pay.
My thing, can these other men afford this? This is a big L, you know? Going to court,
I can't imagine
your music and then having to pay £1 million is a crazy L.
It's given Amber Heard. I can't imagine like the money they probably thought they were gonna have a good payday.
They probably say, "Well, Ed."
I hope they weren't spending the money before they got it, because that's mad.
Literally, I thought they were gonna win just because. I don't know. I just thought they were gonna win, not because I believed in the case, or whatever. But I never envisioned that. You lot are now down $1 million.
Yeah. They even tried to say that Ed Sheeran habitually copies of artists.
But they say that about a lot of big artists, though, or big person. I remember at one point, not that I have any opinions for or against it, but I remember they said Kylie Jenner used to copy a lot of like creatives and just kind of embody it into her content. And I know a lot of like designers do that with like designers as well.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah.
But congratulations to him. Unfortunate for the other guys, but it'd be like that sometimes.
Cool.
What's it called? So Gary Lineker, he's a former England and Tottenham striker.
I saw this. Go ahead, sis.
Who is now presenter of Match of the Day. He was basically on a podcast, and he basically is saying that he's gone through racism while at school and also in the football world, but he wouldn't say any names. He said he experienced it for kind of being slightly darker, and he was kind of a bit geeky. Like, he was saying he was small and geeky back in school and stuff. And obviously, feel like he got bullied because of that. And then with the racism stuff, because it was a bit darker, he kind of had that as well. So I'm going to quote what he said on the High Performance podcast. He said, "Without being good at sports, life would have been very different for me, because I think I would have been bullied at school. I was kind of marginally that way anyway, because I was this tiny geeky kid with darkish skin, and I had pretty much racist abuse. Although I'm as English as they come all the time. But he was like, even in professional football, I had that a couple of times. I wouldn't ever name any names." So yes, and also he's someone who's speaking out against racism. And April last year, he joined, the leading sports stars, clubs, organizations for the 4-day social media blackout that happened on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought it was quite interesting. Because when I saw him, I thought, you're a white man. But then looking at him, he does look Greek.
Thing is, I've always thought that Gary Lineker did look a bit tanned, a bit more like olive.
Olive.
I mean, like,
I feel like he got something in him.
Yeah, so after the Esther before, I think if we done like an ancestry test, who knows, he might find something in his lineage, because his skin is it's like Ryan Giggs.
But Giggs got black in him.
That's what I'm saying. So
I know who Ryan Giggs
Lineker's always looked a bit darker.
A bit something, yeah.
A bit tanned.
He does look it, but I thought that's a bit sad. So obviously with him, he's 51 now. I'm not sure what age he started playing football. So racism in football has really just been a...
Yeah,
That's
but
what
I mean...
it seems like it used to be like, I think, when we say stuff like, oh, Britain is so racist now, and then like all the like white Brits are like, no, it's not.
No, we've been doing this.
I think they're comparing like the current evil to the super evil back in
like,
the Quay. Like when it was like no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. I think they're like, well, we're on our best behavior now. What are you talking about? So you're going to say something?
No, I'm just saying, I mean, there's a part of me that's like, really, Gary?
You know, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking, were you racially abused, or you just teased by your white friends for being a bit darker?
Yeah.
And is that racial abuse?
Don't be diminishing.
I really love you guys, because when Esther started the story, because her tone was so sensible the way through, I thought, we're going sensible with this. Because when I saw it, I said darkish, because that was a quote that I saw, that I'm darkish and that. Yeah. And I was thinking, I get what you're saying. But then, can you imagine for Pogba? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, of course. No. Whatever racial abuse Lineker faced is nothing you can compare to black abuse.
Yeah, but I guess racist is racist.
Racism, but obviously, I think, is there a notion that you can't?
I don't know. If he can relate because he was experienced some kind of prejudice for being darker, then okay, cool.
Like,
but I don't know. I don't know if I don't want to talk on a man's story.
Obviously, don't. Let's not reduce his experience.
Let's not.
Absolutely not. But I thought, is it racism or is it like? What is it? Colorism? What's colorism again?
The shade.
Yes, I'm thinking, is it more colorism than
racism? Because of the colorism, he can understand the prejudice because he's experienced it, because he's felt a bit different for being a bit darker to his white contemporaries. But I don't know if he's experienced racism.
Yeah, but I don't think white people
have to give us some words. Did they call him nigger?
I don't think people outside of white and black people and maybe
Asians,
South Asians, are they Indians and stuff? Yeah. I learned that from you, because I didn't know my name.
No, didn't you guys tell me that South Asian was Japan?
No.
There was
China. That's definitely not South Asian. Because South is
okay.
closer to the equator, so it's gonna be hotter. So it's gonna be Indians and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think people outside of black people and South Asians probably don't know about colorism, because I think we're the ones who go through the shade thing. Fair. So white people don't know about colorism. So for him, he's just thinking they call me dark, they call me a nigger.
My understanding is that the other Asians, I don't know, is it East South? I don't know. The non-South Asians, they also experience it as well. Like the paleness is like big in
not
their
amongst themselves though. And from who? Because you know what threw me off
from within their community.
No, when we done the stuff the other day with the
it's not helping me that.
With the Chinese man and the babies.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say, China? Okay.
Yeah.
So continue.
Yeah, go on. The BBC documentary.
No, I'm not making a scene. Don't worry, guys.
The BBC documentary, yeah.
Yeah. When we was going through that and the stuff that they were saying on there, then it made me realise that kind of there may be a section of the world of people that can actually see Chinese people as white.
Yeah, because it wasn't you, it was Brent. I was saying, so basically, before you guys came, I was talking to Brent about it, and I was saying how, like, in like Africa, obviously we know that, okay, maybe you're like Chinese, obviously there's a word we say that I can't say on here, platform be down. But there's a word they say in whatever to refer to like Chinese people and whatever. But really and truly, like, if you're not black, you're white.
You're Oyinbo.
You're Oyinbo. Yeah, you're white. You're just white. So whether you're Russian, whether you're Chinese, whether you're Japanese, whether you're Polish,
Yeah, because
back home they just see it as white. They
don't get
know
me
the
wrong,
difference.
Chinese people get bare prejudice and stuff
Yeah.
from both sides,
they do.
whatever. But it's like when you're doing that stuff, even like you say like black and brown or whatever, they're talking about like the South Asians, like dark skinned Indians and dark skinned black people, so
Or Mexicans.
or Mexicans and that, whatever, anybody like brown and dark skin stuff like that. So I don't know whether it's actually to them. So because of society and the way people are, they experience bare prejudice and stuff. But is it necessarily like through like colorism?
Or
Like,
Asian people.
Yeah, there's East Asian people or like Oriental.
Do you know what? I think it's just, obviously I can't speak on it because I haven't done anthropology around East Asians or whatever, but when I look at their culture and what's celebrated more, it's the paler the girl is, the more like, not childlike, but the more like pure her skin is. I don't know how to describe it. The more petite she is and all that, that's who is seen as beautiful. If you're plus size, if you're not as pale, you got like any kind of brown, any kind of warmth in your skin tone, I think that's seen as less attractive. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, and make sure you subscribe when you're commenting. You can't comment and not have subscribed. That's crazy.
Facts.
That's shouting in the house you don't own. That don't make sense. But yeah, so I think and you know one thing I realized, it feels like all the stereotypes every country has or every type of person has came from white people. As in, like every stereotype of like poor stereotype of Asian people, I feel like came from American movies and stuff like that. Like I don't feel like black people woke up with an inherent assumption about Asians. I think it was what we were all fed through media and stuff. So it's so crazy that a lot of the vitriol that comes from Asia is towards black people when we just received. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's black people that are not the nicest and stuff like that, but
But I do want to say that we're not disregarding his experiences and stuff. Because basically his ex-wife, Danielle, also spoke about her Indian ancestry in 2015. And she said her grandfather was Indian and born in the area of Bengal, which would become Pakistan, blah, blah. And she also said that, being younger, she also faced racism. So she said, nobody guesses now. They just think I wear a fake tan. But as a child, I was aware that I looked slightly different from other children at school. I'd asked my mum why my skin was darker than theirs. I was called Paki a lot at school, which I now realize just kids being kids. They'll pick on anything that's different. But when I was 6 or 7, it was tough. I'd cry to my mum and ask her why I was different. And then she said, her grandma kept her grandfather's memory alive by cooking Indian food and stuff like that. And when I look at his wife as well, she looks like a white woman for me that's from Essex. She doesn't look like she's got like any Asian in her. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think maybe that time, for them, if you just, obviously fake time is a thing now. I don't know if fake time's always been a thing and if it was a thing back then. So maybe back then, if you just look a little darker, you just got words, I guess. But yeah. And then, what else do I have for you guys today? So Nipsey Hussle, the trial's currently going on to sentence the man who obviously shot him and stuff. It's still ongoing and there's a lot going on with it really. But I just kind of want to let you guys know what's going on, and I'm going to keep an ear on the streets for when it's all concluded. But there was a lady who, like, they've obviously having witnesses calling up witnesses and whatever. And one of the witnesses, he didn't really say much. Nova, his name is, but he didn't really say much. But he's kind of from the streets, so they kind of knew that he wasn't going to say much anyway. But there was the woman that I kind of want to talk about today. She's the one who actually drove the killer, basically. But she said how they kind of started, she's a Lyft driver, right? But they kind of started like, dating or whatever here and there. Not really serious, but just here and there, whatever. And on that day, they were in the area for a while. She didn't think anything serious, right? So she was like, when he was in a car, he's like putting bullets in his gun. So he's trying to argue, right, that it wasn't intentional. It wasn't premeditated. It was because it was as a reaction to like a heated argument or whatever, right? Cool. That's what he's saying. However, obviously, as called as a witness now, she's saying that while they were in the car, he was putting bullets in the gun, and she was like, "Oh, like put that away," kind of thing. And he did. And then at one point, I think they kind of driven past that area or whatever. Cool. And then he was eating like his chili fries or whatever. Then he randomly he was like, "Oh, I'm back in a second." They left the car. So he was actually just wait here. But she just knew that he turned around the corner to where obviously the marathon store is. Yeah. And then she said, she heard the shootings or whatever. And then he rushes back in the car and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like what happened? Like what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, just drive." And basically was threatening her to drive. So she was like, she didn't have a clue what he'd done. So it was later on that night is when she realized that what he done. And she had taken a picture with Nipsey earlier that day.
Okay.
So she could know that it was him because they'd seen Nipsey before and blah, 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 blah. So it was just kind of that. But her testimony was kind of interrupted because there's air conditioning issues in the courtroom.
Can you imagine?
So,
do we know why he killed Nipsey? Do we know what his logic or thought process was?
No, so it's kind of people just saying what it is that they think in the conversation. But someone's basically said that he said to Nipsey, "Did you say I snitched?" But then people are saying that it didn't sound like it sounded like a conversation. It didn't like a heated conversation because there's people that saw them and didn't think anything was going off, right? So it sounded like a level-headed conversation. But apparently one of the things he said to Nipsey was, did you say I snitched kind of thing? So who knows what that conversation, so really no one's going to really know what the conversation was about. And I guess no one's really going to know his thing, but he's arguing that it wasn't premeditated and he just did it because the conversation went left and that's what he did.
With how popular Nipsey is, isn't it likely that he'll get done in prison?
That he'll get time in prison?
No, like killed in prison.
Well, he's going to have to, he better pray for the hole or something. But so just ending on some black excellence. Stormzy gained an honorary degree from the University of Exeter.
That's a good uni still.
Yeah, so basically he's been recognised for his outstanding achievement in the field of higher education, philanthropy, and widening participation. So as you guys know, obviously he's got the Mercury Foundation, which started in 2020, and he's pledged millions of pounds to tackle racial inequality and support justice reform and black empowerment in the UK. He also provided scholarships for black students at the University of Cambridge in a bid to address the relatively low number of black students who attend Oxbridge institutions. And in 2021, he had a philanthropic partnership between HSBC and Mercury Foundation, and it was set up to kind of further 30 Stormzy scholars who were funded over the next 3 years, covering their tuition fees and maintenance costs. So he says, I feel extremely blessed and grateful to be up here receiving this honorary degree. I bear the fruit and I share the fruit. And without sounding too fantastical, that's just what we're meant to do in whatever way we can. We should always share and support, uplift and help in whatever capacity we're able to. And of course, he gave a shout out to his mum. And he said, it was always her biggest dream for me to go to university and graduate and then become somebody. And also a quote from the Vice Chancellor of University of Exeter. She said, she described Stormzy as an outstanding musician and wordsmith who inspires people to speak openly about their beliefs and fight for their rights. The University of Exeter has put social justice at the heart of its new 10-year strategy, which includes opening doors to people from all walks of life into higher education. And it was wonderful to hear Michael's powerful speech today to students and graduates. So Yusuf and I were talking before the show started, and this is why you should join the community when that's up and running.
Well, don't join unless you subscribe, you thief.
So we were talking about what really an honorary degree is, right? And essentially, it's a high-level academic recognition granted by a university to a recipient without completion of the normal requirements for that degree. So they grant them to honor the recipient while also benefiting the university by association. So obviously, Exeter are doing this whole 10-year strategy for social justice and whatever. So I guess Stormzy is very fitting to that. And yeah.
But he hasn't done something with their uni, has he?
No. So it doesn't have to be... So basically, you don't have to have a close relationship with that university. They just have to, I guess, admire you. And
it's a collab.
So what do? They give you a degree?
Yeah.
So it's like so it works like anybody else's degree. You just didn't have to study for it. You just give it to you.
I think obviously you can say that you got the degree, but when they give it to people, it tends to be people who are already made, so you're not really going to need it.
Yeah.
It's just something to say you have.
And if you did want to use it, I don't think you could use it.
No.
Can't walk
And it
into
makes-
a place and sit.
I've got
It
an
makes
honorary
you part of
degree.
the alumni there.
Yeah.
It makes you part of the alumni.
Oh, so this is just
collab.
It's like an award.
It's not an award. They're clout chasing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
They just want to be wrapped up with Stormzy. Stormzy, we're going to give you something that you can't use.
But then for
and you can-
Stormzy, it's one of the things to add to your accolades as well. So it kind of works both ways, but more for the uni, I would say.
Definitely sounds like more for the uni.
Yeah, because I know with T.I. as well, he's got I tend to see it in America a lot. So I think my first time actually seeing it in the UK, I tend to see it in America a lot where they just kind of get them and they're like, oh, here's your honorary degree and
You'd accept one, right, man?
like that.
No.
You wouldn't.
What if I can't do nothing with it?
So you can say you got it.
And what do you mean?
Suppose
Well, you now
Cambridge
have the
says they're going to give
resources.
you an honorary degree.
I'm gonna say what can I do with this honorary degree?
Everybody knows that you've now got a degree even though you didn't go to school.
But it's not a degree.
You have the university.
I can't go to. You just told
but
me I can't get a job with
no,
it.
but you
know
can be
that
on the
Cambridge
board.
wants to use you.
Huh?
No, you know that Cambridge wants to use you. And the world knows that Cambridge wants to use you.
Well, I'll
And
accept.
they rate you.
I'll accept it, but I'm not
there you go.
going to
Look at
give a
you.
speech on nothing.
You have
would.
to, babes.
You would.
You have to wear the cap and gown and everything.
It will be clout in a different space. It would be you being able to leverage that relationship. It's not once. It may benefit one side more than others.
Okay, cool. I would get it then, but you
course
need to
you
find
would.
me.
You
how-
know what's
you-
killing me is
you
that
just-
Marks will have tracksuit under that robe.
I
They have his
think-
cap on
I
here,
think
but
he
they have
would
the hat on
have
over the cap.
100%.
That's just
And then his Mash Town,
Just higher finish.
his Mash Town chain will sit on top of
Literally.
the robe as well. And he'll say, "Big man,
Facts.
look,
Listen,
you lot did your degree. I didn't. And look where I am."
Listen,
I've
And
got a
honestly, he'll use
tracksuit
as
for
a
every
weapon.
occasion.
We trust
I
you.
hear that.
we believe that.
We really believe that.
I do think that what should have really happened, I think I would have liked to see Oxbridge, either Cambridge or Oxford, give him one. Because I think that's the people that he's actually, do you know what I mean? He's been involved with that.
As I was thinking, he's done stuff with them, isn't it?
Yeah, because like he's paid for students' tuitions
Oxbridge.
and maintenance costs and all that kind of stuff. So
Which is
I would've
amazing,
thought-
by
Well,
the
maybe
way. 'Cause them-
maybe they'll follow suit and give him one afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
What's the degree in?
It's not like...
No, it's not a degree in anything. It's
it was to recognise.
it's just a degree to recognise
It
what
is.
you've done for XYZ. innit?
Yeah.
Philanthropy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
social awareness.
And that's why you can't use
like
it
a
and say,
degree
yo,
after
I've,
the
fact. So
I've
basically-
studied
I
XYZ.
respect that.
It was
I like-
basically
I
to
like
recognise
philanthropy.
his outstanding achievement in the field of higher education, philanthropy, and widening participation. So obviously, he's
Okay,
helped
so it's like an
students-
award.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like what you said. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm getting it now.
I
I
think-
would accept it then, yeah.
I think they should just not call it a degree then. Just call it an award.
No, but when you think of what a degree is a connection to that institution. Do you know what I mean? It's saying that this institution recognizes you for this thing.
And that's what I'm
Most of
saying.
the
They're
time-
clout chasing. Has he got anything to do with them anyway? Like, you see, he's done stuff with other unis and stuff
don't
before.
think-
Yeah, I don't
And he-
think Exeter has.
Yeah, so that's- so-
But he was allowed to decline it, I'm sure. He didn't have to take it.
Yeah, but I don't think when does he want to decline?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Is
saying.
Exeter
I
a
don't
big
think
uni?
that's us.
Yeah, Exeter's.
Exeter, I think
Oh, it's a big
top
one,
10.
yeah?
That's a good one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just thought that's really cool. He did a whole photo and everything. You know, the graduate photo, background and everything. So we love to see it. Black people doing great things.
Can
We
I add
love it.
another excellence thing as
Of course
well?
you can.
John Boyega got a statue of himself in Madame Tussauds.
Oh, wow,
And I
that's
think
sick.
that's
Okay.
so cool. And it looked kind of like him a little bit. He said it was a bit big, but it looked like him. So I just think it's cool. Would you guys want one of those?
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm bro.
Personally,
I'm really
I
good outfit
think
she
that-
gonna wear.
I think as the first show on the New Black, I think when the building is up,
There should be wax figures of
I
all
think there
four
should
of
be our
us.
pictures up there because we are out here
I like the
creating,
way you
writing
think.
history. So Brent, when the ribbon is cut, I expect to see my own royalty shade queen in the corner. But
I love that.
yeah, we love it, man.
Security cameras as my eyes. I love that.
Honestly,
shit.
like-
That'd be cool. All right, guys, let's head over to the People Journal. Over to you. Look at that.
Need to spread the
Don't
religionist
fuck
agenda.
with the women. With that though, guys, he wanted you guys to know, yeah, that you can follow him at The Black Creator. The Black has an X, very on brand, as he
Nice.
brings you news from an economics point of view, live from Napa. Oh, that was a joke. Shit. Me reading that, yeah, with strength. It was a joke, but follow him. He's interesting. He does
No,
vegan shit.
and he takes
thoughts.
his stuff off.
He takes his stuff off.
My eyes are gonna be glued to Emman's story.
Yeah, please keep. We're gonna have Emman updates in these sections
Yeah,
instead.
honestly.
We're gonna
real.
let you know how
For real.
Emman is continuing to be a different kind of father and husband.
Matter of fact, let me check now. See if there's anything.
Yeah,
else.
but
Oh yeah, let's
Let's
see.
check it live.
No, honestly, guys, yeah, I'm gonna tell him he needs to make reels.
He's gonna have the most amount of followers after.
Honestly, out of
everyone will
everybody.
see.
But yeah, Emman is leaving it out. We miss you, Emman. It's been day one.
And he's still doing his
So
job, you know.
far, he has posted nothing.
He's posted
so-
nothing. Probably on the
Emman, don't tell people to
Hopefully
come and follow
tomorrow.
you.
Yeah.
And you not posting some. We need airport pics.
Yeah, but you also have to remember that he's a Nigerian man. As Nigerians, we get to where we're going before letting people know. Because
Are
you
you
never
sure?
know.
No, there's better Nigerians who do the airport pick, the
yeah,
passport
but they're
pick.
young. They're new gen.
Really?
They're
Oh, they're new
I've-
gen.
I've
They don't
seen
know.
They're new gen. They don't know
New
about
gen.
George.
They don't have what's it called, home training.
All right, well, guys, let's hope. You know it's Wednesday, so let's head over to the daily segment, Wellness Wednesdays. All right, then. Well, this segment, guys, I want to be part of the wellness too, so I'm going to hand this over to Brent. Brent, give us some new life.
Going to the
Not an
Caribbean.
upgrade.
Yeah.
Take a shower. Respectfully, no, I'm joking. Don't know to expand that.
You have an offbeat.
He's waiting for
I
us to
beg you. So now is the accepted time. Not tomorrow. Not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future day or future year. It is today that we fit ourselves for the greater usefulness of tomorrow. Today is the seed time. Now are the hours of work, and tomorrow comes the harvest and the playtime. W.E.B. Du Bois.
Not Brent. Brent's wife price has gone up.
So W.E.B. Du Bois was a Pan-Africanist civil rights activist who was highly influential in the freedom struggle. He was one of the founders of the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and also the first African American to get a PhD from Harvard. So Emmanuel left his 2 cents, as he does. This quote.
In the same voice that you uplifted.
This quote reminds us that, generally speaking, now is as good a time as ever to get things done. There is no perfect time, and if there is, there's no guarantee you will ever know when it is. So hopefully, this quote inspires people to buckle down, stop procrastinating, and do something no matter how small that'll help them attain whatever they're striving for.
Brent, I love you.
I said take off the shirt, but I want to respect.
The thing is, yeah, now you set the bar.
Yeah, you know that vibe.
Every week, there has to be a beat.
Yeah, we need a beat underneath.
There has to be a beat now.
We love that.
So there has to
No, Brent, that was
Brent,
amazing.
I feel well.
A beat every week now.
All right, cool.
No, like,
No, you need to
Iman, you're fired.
Yeah, Iman, you might.
So,
have to
Iman,
say
you can't do that on this Wednesday
No,
anymore.
we need from People's Journal. We need from People's Journal.
Yeah, and that's his job now. That's it. To be the producer, People's Journal.
Oh shit,
Brent, that was amazing. Honestly,
Alright,
that was
so-
really
cool.
You took
So-
us out of where we were.
I'm going to set you guys some homework for
no, you
tomorrow.
Oh, good. More love island.
Because I'm setting the topic of the day tomorrow, right? So
Okay.
I want each of y'all to choose 5 things on your bucket list. Like, you still have to do 5 things.
Okay.
If it is that you were to die and you knew the date in which it is that you were going, what are the 5 things that you want to do before you actually go? 5 things. And don't come and bring no bollocks, please.
No, we'll come serious.
5 things.
That was definitely you.
That was you.
I don't know what you have to ask.
Man's gonna
I
say.
don't know what you had to ask.
Man says orgy, threesome,
More OG.
more G, more
You know,
threesome.
I've never been with a Japanese girl. I can do that.
The thing is, your co-hosts are going to ask you if it is that they hear something like, ooh, okay, tell me more about that.
Okay.
All right, that's topic
Then you
of
have
the
to
day
bring your top
tomorrow.
5 as well.
You bring your top 5 as well, Brent.
Yeah, I'll participate.
I need to set up
cool.
my stuff because I don't want to wing it.
This is lovely.
Top five.
Brent, you've set the bar.
Do you know what it is?
I really enjoyed this.
E-man, you shouldn't have gone napper.
You're fired.
You know, I think I'll actually use my phone to if it does actually like put up stuff on his Instagram. Whilst you guys are talking about it, I'll put up the reels or the stories. Is it
Yeah,
stories?
stories.
Yeah. So that people could actually see what the debauchery is doing.
Ooh. We're going to have some ass shaking on the YouTube.
All right, cool.
All right, then. That was
Sweet.
beautiful,
That
guys.
was amazing.
I hope you guys are going to do the same from home as well. And just, yeah, that was a great moment.
I really
If you
enjoyed
guys
that.
want to send in any messages or voice notes to asking for a friend or sis, what would you do? Send it into 075-6484-1073. That's 075-6484-1073. You got to subscribe before you do it. Be rude. Don't be rude. Make sure you subscribe. And let's head into Love Island the day after. Didn't know that well. Yo, beautiful people, welcome to Love Island the day after. Now, you guys know I was out doing investigative stuff, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna need you guys to break down to me what happened.
Who watched it first of all?
I watched it.
I watched it.
Sorry, guys, I've been bad. I know.
All right, so I guess it's me and you today, eh?
Oh, I'm excited. Go on.
I have to say though, I try not to throw shade sometimes, but someone's had to shade me on the Love Island commentary.
What do they say?
Not knowing that behind the scenes, sometimes I've been asked to tell the story.
Okay.
Tell them about Esther needs to talk less. No, I
Oh,
don't.
wow.
I feel like
hate her ass.
I feel like they do turns. I feel like they do
Gosh.
turns and hate. You just
And I
gotta
wasn't
ignore
gonna
them.
bring it up, but I said nah. But then when you guys are like you didn't watch it, you just like, oh, me and you, then I said, oh, they're about to get me.
No,
No, but this is
you
like-
have to talk more. No, you
Yeah.
have to talk more.
No, absolutely. You can't shut
No,
me
but
up.
this is like word on the Love Island streets anyway. Like you.
Say word on the word. I like
Basically,
that.
yeah.
Word, okay, lovely.
All right, so they had the elimination yesterday, right?
Yes.
Cool. So it was out of boys was Ikenna,
Mm-hmm.
Jay, or
Andrew,
The girls was Tasha, Amber, or
Ekinsu.
Ekansu. So from the boys, Ikenna,
Gotta go.
like we thought, got the boot,
Mm.
and for the girls, Amber got the boot.
And were you happy? I'm blessed.
Yeah, Amber's boring. I don't like Amber, but I just found
Yes!
But I just found it funny that
Yeah.
Dammy's partner
Mm.
and India's partner have now both been banished,
The
and now
producers
those
are
two are
working.
cool to just
Yeah,
Can I
just
ask
do
a
their thing.
Producers are working.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Come, babes.
How did people react when what was their reaction when Amber left?
With Ikenna, it was. I think both of them. I think they were very popular in the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if maybe not to us, they weren't the most popular. I think
Yeah, they
in
were.
the house they were highly favored. Everyone
I can
liked
see
them.
it. I can see everyone liking a Kenna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
So-
everyone did. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
And I think, sorry.
No, because everyone felt. I feel like everyone was sad that
Yeah.
Ikenna left,
Mm.
and I feel the girls especially felt sad
Yeah.
for Amber leaving.
Yeah.
I don't think the boys particularly cared too
They
much
didn't.
about Amber.
Because they knew Dami wanted to move on. So they were like, oh, you can crack on now.
Mm.
But I
Yeah.
think also, I forgot what I was going to say.
India took it bad though. India was like she was
India
mourning
was
death.
balling.
She was
But I
proper
think it was
sad.
guilt.
Well, that Kenna was going.
That, I
No,
think
both
I
of them
think
are
both of them. Like I think in her
Those are
eyes,
friends,
Amber's
yeah.
one of her closest
Yeah.
friends.
Mm.
Ikenna's her, her partner, whatever. So I think
Yeah.
she really felt it. Dami, I feel like Dami was kind of pretending to care. more.
Yes.
He was just bare chatting.
Dami was like, oh, it's such a shame. And
Yeah.
like, obviously, there's my two friends. But in his mind, you could just tell the. 'cause
Yeah.
Remember, I told you guys about the stress he was going through the past few days?
You
You could see it was off his shoulders. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, like, it's such a shame.
But
man.
it's the
But
same
like,
for India as
Yeah.
well.
because he had separate conversations with different people that same night about like, oh, so me and India have talked. Me and
Yeah,
India have talked.
every
Like, now
minute
he
me
was
and
very
me and
open.
India, yeah.
But what I was gonna say was that I feel like everyone was sad about it, and I think they're more sad because it's like they're OGs. Because now I feel like with this group, they've got like, even though they're not the closest bunch, but they've got this idea of like we're the first, and Priscilla
Yeah.
told us about that yesterday. Like when they have this kind of like hierarchy of we're the first. So I think someone like Ekinsu, who was a newbie, kind of, and Jay staying over people who are actually been there since day one. I think that they have felt that a little bit. But Dami, I could see through Dami. I said, babe,
Well,
you're
you know
happy.
what? People, when they do this stuff here, dynamics and stuff change. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
scared because they don't know what's going on in it.
Yeah.
So like even for the girls, they're gonna see like, right, wait there. So Amber had beef with Ekansu.
Yeah.
Now Amber's gone.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Maybe me and Ekansu need to be cool.
Mm,
Like, you know what
I
I'm
hope
trying to say?
so.
That's what.
Maybe.
No,
Stuff,
Gemma still exists.
no, I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
but
but
that, stuff like that will play in people's minds.
Do you know what I get?
Yeah, I hear that.
Because you know everyone was kind of shocked about it. Like, it's like what you just said. Everyone was kind of shocked out. Okay, we don't know how this is going, kind of thing. And everyone in a way expressed the fact that damn, you could be here today and gone tomorrow.
Mm.
But Gemma looked very confident, as if she's untouchable. And I was thinking, guys, band together, let's figure it out.
But that's because her dad is a producer on the show.
He's got rights on the show,
he's
a shareholder.
For sure.
Well, Gemma don't need the show, and her life's fine. It's all right. I doubt she could even possibly win.
You'd be surprised. Like,
Yeah.
I think people like that, yeah. Sometimes people are rich, yeah, but they want fame. Because
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
Gemma before this.
yeah, it's true.
But now I will know her because I
Yeah.
still don't know what her dad does, but I will know that she's apparently this person who is,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm.
But so that happened. Yeah, India was very upset. At one point, she kind of walked away from the group and was crying a
Very
lot.
upset, yeah.
And Paige and Thingy had to kind of console her. But
But that kiss they shared later on though,
oh baby,
it was
What, Dami and...
at Tamale.
Yeah.
Can I say something about the way Dami
Yeah.
kisses really the way Dami...
fashion.
He wants to inhale your
passionate.
lips.
He's
Like,
so passionate.
and his lips do the right thing.
Yeah, it looked very
And
soft as well.
I heard it's soft from the other girls anyway, but it's soft.
Yeah.
It consumes your face.
Yeah.
But not in like I don't
Not
see
in a
best
vacuum.
fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's very sensual. The way he kisses looks very
Yeah.
sensual. So who kissed him?
India. But no, it was during a.
No, we took
a
them
game.
there with that. I have to say, I really felt that was in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were playing the game.
That's how it
It
looks
was
like.
they had to get a balloon, and they had to pop the balloon in like a sexual way with someone else.
Yeah, in a sex position.
And then when the balloon burst, you got to answer the question. Oh,
Is
so
it truth or dare?
it was truth or dare. No, it wasn't truth or dare. It was
Was it
just
not? Was it
it was just a truth. It was
okay.
I don't know. Kiss the housemate you find the most attractive.
And what did he do? He went to kiss Cynthia.
So everyone done their own different things in it. So his one was it was what was his
I
one?
think it was something like, yeah, it was basically it was something like kiss next person you'd want to be with, something like that. If you didn't have your partner, but obviously he's single now, he hasn't got a partner,
so
he
he
can
went to
really
kiss India.
lips. And they kissed passionate. Like he didn't even play any games.
Question.
And I just loved it.
Would he still do that if Ikenna was there?
Yeah, because
Yes.
everyone had to do it.
Yes,
Everyone
he
did it
would've.
because basically so Jay and Ekin, right? So Jay's one as well was something similar about kiss like the next person. If you weren't partnered with who you're partnered with now, who else in the house would you want to know?
Oh my gosh,
Guess
who
who he
did
kissed?
Paige.
Paige. He kissed Paige. Ekin
Lost
was
it.
fuming. She was fuming.
But even to rewind that, remember Jay had the conversation with Emma.
Yeah,
No, sorry, Gemma earlier.
Oh.
He was basically asking Gemma, do you think there's any other girl in the house that kind of likes me or is interested in me?
Yeah, he was like, forget Emma,
He was
forget
fishing.
Ekin. Who do you think, if I wasn't with Ekin,
Yeah.
would be interested in me?
And then she
And
was
she
like, no, at first she was like, I don't know, like,
Yeah, because she was joking about it. She's like, I'm not gonna say.
yeah,
Because she was like, you know who, I know who. Stop the foolishness.
yeah,
But he was
basically.
like, no. He was like, okay, if I say, will you confirm? She's like, yeah. And then he looked over to Paige, and she was like, yeah, she'll be interested.
But Paige, do you know what's mad about that? She's with Giacomo, and he doesn't really like Jay. Like those two have a bit of a
they have a thing.
So
I
that
think
would
they're
really
kind of
be
bantering off now these days, though.
until he tries to take his girl.
Yeah, because I think they said something about like Jay had a question later on in the challenge. Something like 3 people that okay, so basically 3 people that I think it was like I can't remember, but basically 3 people that you like something about them or whatever. Then they picked 2 girls and they picked Jay, and they kind of like hugged out and everything. It's kind of a cute moment, but
okay.
Yeah.
But also they asked Paige and her question was, who do you think is fake in the house?
Ooh.
And she picked Jay.
She picked Jay, and then he ended up kissing her when they
But
said.
then Jay kissed her.
Yeah.
That was his question.
Do you know what? Another thing they asked, was it Ekin? Who is the most needy in the house? Guess who he picked? Who she picked, sorry.
Who's the most needy?
Yeah, who's got like the neediest person? Like, who's just needy, a needy housemate?
Isn't it her?
No, apart from her. Just guess. You wouldn't guess.
Oh,
who
Luca.
She picked Luca.
There you go.
He
was from the strop.
fuming.
Yeah.
Like even after the challenge and stuff, Gemma was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm like, I'm fine. It is what it is." Like, but you could tell he took offense to it. But he is needy though.
He is needy.
No, he's needy.
He's very needy, but he can't see. He doesn't see it.
Most people don't see their own
It's
behavior.
crazy. But yeah, so that was the first time India and Dami kissed, and then they were kind of having a conversation. Do you know what? Yeah, honestly, ladies, never settle. Like when you're sitting there begging a guy to pay attention to you, and then the guy that is actually interested, it comes off so naturally. Like when
So
they're together,
natural.
they blush. Like nothing's funny, but they just giggle like and just blush and stuff like
He's
that.
got bands.
And then I can't remember how the conversation was even going, and they were like, obviously, like, blah blah, what tonight's happened and blah blah. And then they kind of talked about the challenge a bit, and she's like, yeah, it was nice like kissing in that setting. And he was like, we don't have to kiss in just that setting.
Do you know what? Oh, no.
Coy! I was weak.
This is what I shouldn't have been investigating. Why was I investigating when I could have been paying attention? Do you think
I was
what it is?
weak.
It's the confident. It's
the
of
everything.
a Nigerian man don't make sense.
He literally said to her, yeah, it doesn't have to just be in that scenario. She's like, oh, really?
Put it on me.
He did.
Put it on
put
me.
it on her. I said,
Well, did he slip it again?
just straight.
Oh, that's
for
president.
Do you know what killed me? It's Kenneth's Twitter, yeah. They were like, wow, Dami, my body's never cold yet. He like literally.
It's true though. It didn't waste no time.
No, but
Dami didn't waste no time.
let's be real. Akenna wasn't feeling
Of course he wasn't.
cisgender,
Yeah.
because he was the same guy that said I kissed 15 girls in one nightclub.
And you're
But
struggling.
You're struggling to kiss India, so you're just not onto her. But like, that's what I'm saying.
Dami had me blushing.
He's gonna have you blushing because guess what's sexy? Decisiveness.
He's straight with like he's not even playing. Like, and you know what? I think both of them are glad in a way as well, because they would have had to have an awkward conversation. And India said because basically Dami wanted to have the conversation, but he said not tonight because let's just
let's
a fresh
respect
day
their
kind of
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
But obviously they ended up leaving because it was a surprise elimination. But like he was very, because I think before that he only told Andrew.
Yeah.
And then that night he told everyone else. And then Luca was like, oh, wow, Dami. Like, he hasn't even, like, they just left kind of thing. I was thinking,
Can you sit down over there, fisherman?
No, but it is true though. I feel like Dami was too eager to tell everyone.
No, Dami was happy.
He was very eager, bro. Oh yeah, me and Indy had a chat.
Do you know what he's been through? He went through the valleys of shadow of death with Amber.
I know,
like,
but
Amber
it's a
is
bit
bad
like,
vibes.
They just got eliminated. Give it a day before you start telling everyone your plans.
If you were in prison for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
the first day out, you're not taking it easy. Like, you're going
I hear
straight
that.
to your
I hear
favorite
that.
food
'Cause you know
shop.
what it is,
Do you know what I mean?
Because even as friends, even as friends, India was giving him more energy. Like, Amber was disgusted with this guy. I'm trying to hug you. You're pushing my hand away.
No, it was really
on
bad.
TV in front of other people.
It's really bad. Don't forget the time when he was kneeling over her and Thingy.
That was cringe.
But it was cringe, but
Yeah.
she hated him.
Yeah.
But did you know she rolled her eyes when he was like, can I talk? And she was like...
At one point, I saw her complain, not this episode, a couple episodes ago, saying, where is Dami? I'm like, the guy that when you call him, you kick him away. Like, I don't understand. Like,
But you could tell that, like, she kind of deflated him because he's honest. No joke. I'm not being dramatic, but he's got a new lease of life.
Yes.
You can see the joy on this black man's
he's
face.
on the show
his
again.
skin.
He came to be on Love Island and he was in penitentiary.
I'm so happy. And they just look so good together. And I just love the fact that they're just blushing and giggling and like just smiling and want to spend all the time with each other. Do you guys think that Casa Moore is going to break things?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
It always does.
You think?
If they cast it properly...
I think Casa Moore's going to be lit. I told people, someone said that they think the Love Island's been rubbish, yeah? And I was like, it was about 3 or 4 days in, yeah? And I've seen like a high level of investment, like, and it usually takes a little while to warm up. I'm saying for Love Island, this has kind of been good from the jump. Like, people have been invested.
Yeah, we have.
We
haven't enjoyed it, but we've still been
It's not like anything crazy happened, but we've definitely kind of all been invested, and it's been enough.
It's the first one in a while, isn't it?
To keep us there, you get me? So as it stands now, it's on like track to be proper good. Casa Moore can be like,
it's gonna be mad.
Do you know what it is?
They have to get it right.
The casting has to make sense. Like, they need people that genuinely is gonna make everybody think
shaking their boots.
Do you know what I mean? Banter and looks. We need both of it.
Yeah, it's got to be craziness.
It's got to be craziness.
Confidence.
But only thing that I was thinking, what I forgot about before, I was saying, because what would have been cold is for someone to. Well, then again, no, they need to bring in someone for Gemma. I would have said it would have been funny to see Luca's head get turned again, but Luca knows he's got his head screwed on. He knows that's Michael Owen's daughter. He's not playing around.
Yeah. No, but you know with Gemma as well. Do you remember there was rumored that another ex was going to go in?
Yeah.
But I honestly think they saw the public thing and they said, yeah, no, stop it because.
So what they didn't say, what they do is have Luca sleeping on the daybed. And not involving nothing.
I need that.
And Gemma just.
But I don't know if Gemma, because what Gemma loves more than her enjoyment is herself. I don't know if Gemma's going to put herself in that position. I just don't know who's going to be able, because she's not a bants babe. It's like, I don't know what makes her like somebody, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but I think that the guys that come into Casa Moore are elite men. I think, Luca is making her cringe and stuff. I really believe that. I think it's just a thing of convenience. No one has come in that likes her. So she has to stay with her. I think she's playing the long game. I really think when Casa Moore guys come, they're going to be the kind of guy. I feel like she wants to roll with the big boys. And I think they're going to be the kind of big boys. I feel like Luca appeared as a big boy, but then all that needy stuff and he was doing, it kind of brought him down on the scale. So I think Casa Moore, I really think she's going to couple up with someone. I can see him and Andrew. This sounds mad again, but I really, like, Andrew's world is going to get rocked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what's mad as well, actually? No, go on, actually say what you say.
She might not even leave the house. She might find a producer. Like, Tasha does not want...
Tasha?
And Tasha is not...
All, man.
Tasha has never seen faithfulness.
No, she don't know what it means.
She don't know what it is. She don't know what it is. Tasha wants to have fun.
Yeah. Do you know what's crazy though? When obviously the thing happened, Ekin said that if Jay had left, she said she would have left, right?
She's trying shit.
Jay said, he said, I would have wanted her to stay and find someone else. And then he basically said, I can't lie, I wouldn't have left.
Yeah, of course he shouldn't have to leave. He shouldn't have to leave.
Jay's not invested in Ekin-Su.
He's not.
Ekin-Su's
Like,
behavior is it... Okay, you know how everyone's different and there's somebody for everyone.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think Ekin-Su, there's somebody for Ekin-Su, or do you think Ekin-Su needs to tone it down? Like, do you think this is like, is this a healthy way to navigate life? Just throwing yourself in like
I think she has to reduce it. She's got to tone it down.
Do you know what I think? I think, there's someone for her. I think there's someone for everybody. You be shocked, right? What's out there in the streets.
No, I think so.
I also think that we don't know the real Ekin. This is Ekin on Love Island who's acting.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
That's
And
true.
I think that I think there's someone else who's that way inclined, the way she is in terms of, I'm here to just get roles after this. Ekin's here to create a career after this. She's trying to be a Molly May. So I think that there's going to be another guy.
She's trying to stick around now.
She's trying to stick, exactly. So I think there's going to be another guy who's that way inclined, might like, in terms of playing games as well, acting and being dramatic or whatever, that's going to come in and match that energy and they're going to be perfect for each other and they're going to soar.
I don't think you can get two people that are like that.
I think two people like Ekin is too much.
Out of
that's a girl
all
version,
the
the girl
girls,
version.
especially the girls, these people are. I don't want to say boring, but there's not like a lot of.
Boring
No,
adjacent.
they're boring, babes.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of longevity as far as
No.
characters go. Like any of these lot, they're all gonna disappear. The
Yeah.
Kenners,
In our
Ambers,
eyes,
they're all
I
gonna
feel
disappear.
like Tasha is going to be a fave amongst the white girls. Fiat.
She could
500.
she can disappear as
I
well.
think
She ain't got nothing
Paige-
to her.
If Paige goes for a bit more heartbreak, Paige might be a fave.
Paige is nice, but again, she's too. There's nothing there.
Paige
It's
is-
just obviously Gemma because she's Michael Owen's daughter, so she's gonna.
That she's already done. She's fine.
So she's already done. She's fine.
Aside
But
of her,
aside
I
of her,
think
it's just
India-
Ekin.
I think
No, I
India
think-
can do something.
I don't know.
Because
But I
she's
don't know if she will though. You know how black people move. Like I don't know if she's even gonna play into it. Like if that makes
Oh, I
sense.
thought you meant like, as in like when they leave the show, people are gonna still see.
But I mean, like for longevity, I mean, like properly see because like after you see all of them for
Okay.
the first few months, so then it's like the
Okay,
ones that we
okay,
still
yeah.
see now,
Okay,
the ones
yeah,
that we still see now from 2 seasons.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I
ago.
can't see any of them.
Yeah,
I think
so-
if anything, it's Ekin, but I think that with her is because she's put herself out there. I really think because I feel like everyone's trying to act all cool and whatever, but also touching on Paige, yeah, Paige is gonna get her heart so broken. It's gonna be mad.
What's happening?
She is proper like invested in Jackson. I just don't think he likes her like that. I know he got to go to the hideaway.
Did
Both
they?
of them.
Yeah.
When?
Yesterday.
Did they do anything?
Did they?
Yeah, they voted them. So basically
I
they
must
got a
have missed that
text after all this stuff had happened and people were going to hideaway. Dami was like, send me in India. But basically what they realized is that there's only actually 2 couples in the house. It's Andrew and Tasha and Paige and Jax. These are the proper couples that like each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
So everyone's like, yeah, get Tasha and Thingy in there. And she's like, oh, like, we're not going to do anything and blah, blah. But then Sis was on top of him and they were doing things. They kind of showed the reflection mirror.
Oh, yeah, I remember
And he
that
was
part,
riding
yeah,
a wave. I'm going to just say that and put it there.
Oh, you think
Let your
they
minds run. They were riding, yeah, he was riding a wave.
I feel like
The motion was really motioning.
I feel like Jack. I think. Do you know what? This is mad. This depends on how serious she is, yeah. But she might need to become a bit more friendly with Gemma and understand what Jax is like when he's into a
Yes.
girl. Because I think Jax is really. It shouldn't take him that long to kiss her. I don't know how they act like kissing is marriage. Like he shouldn't take that long to kiss her, especially if you're Jax, you're a rugby player, you kiss people all the time, bro. Like I don't know. I feel like she's soft anyway. Paige is soft, and she's gonna like him because he's handsome and all of that.
Yeah.
But
Did the new people go into the house yet?
One person's going tonight. There's another girl going in tonight.
I know her.
Is she buff?
Do you?
How well do you know her?
Huh?
Antigone.
What's her name? Antigone or something like that. I know her.
Oh,
I met
I
her.
thought it was
I met her through Poet and that.
Yeah, she's friends with. That's why
She's a little
Chucky
singer
had her
girl.
up.
She's super cool.
That's why Chucky
Yeah,
had
she's
her
cool.
up.
She's cool. It'll be fun to see what she's like on TV
that,
or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, she's definitely cool. She's
Yeah, so
super
she's
she a
going
singer?
tonight and then the boys discover her.
Okay.
So that she's outside already and then the boys come out and they're like, oh my gosh, the clock.
Oh, okay.
I think Jay is getting to know her ASAP.
Okay. I'm trying to think who's free to get to know her.
Davide,
Davide is-
he's dying for it. He can't believe it.
I think
Davide's free.
he's at the end of his road now.
No, he's done.
Davide.
Yeah,
he's not.
I think if
Like
this
his
girl don't
his
pick him,
story arc is kind of dead.
There's nothing else for him, man.
Yeah.
I think if this girl don't pick him, I think that's it now.
Yeah.
But do you know what's interesting though? He and Eki are still friends now. Like they talk about like stuff and they get information
And
or
even
whatever.
remember, Jay asked Davide, is there any?
Yeah.
Is there any? What did he say to him?
He said, basically, is there anything left of you and Ekin?
Yeah.
So you know when he asked Gemma, yeah, which girl would pick her, would pick him, sorry. He led with he feels insecure because he feels like Davide and Ekin have unfinished business. Then he went to ask Davide. Davide said, nope. Davide said, once you cross me,
Yeah,
it's
that's it.
over. Like it's over. So no.
But I swear
nothing
I
there.
swear they asked Ekin. No, I swear Luca asked Ekin the same question.
Yes.
And she was like, no, it's not over, kind of thing, no?
Yes, no, she didn't even say that. She was basically asking. So he was like asking her, but she's like, "Why are you asking that?" She's like, She's basically trying to act like she didn't hear the question.
Yeah.
And so for Ekin, I still feel like there's something there. 'Cause I think I don't know what her problem is. She's problematic.
Ekin.
Yeah, so Luca asked Ekin if he said to Tasha, yeah, let's try and wind Ekin up and let's play the Davide stuff, right? So they were joking with her, but she was taking it seriously. So she's kind of going all quiet. She's like, why'd you say that? Why'd you think so? Like, kind of as if insinuating that there is something there. But when Jay asked Davide said, nope. He said, once you cross me, it's over. Trust me, there's nothing there. I said, okay. But yeah, new girl's coming in tonight. We'll see how that works out. I think Jay is going to be the one. He's going to work to get to know her. And I think if that new girl doesn't connect with Davide, I think Davide's out next. Because we're done now.
Yeah, I think Jay's probably the most unhappiest in his actual couple.
But he's unhappy because what Jay sees as like winning is everybody fucking with his girl. Like everybody like rating or liking his girl.
Yeah.
I think he actually does find her attractive. I just think he doesn't like the passer. He doesn't like the noise around her that she kind of creates.
I think he finds her attractive. I don't think he likes her personality.
I don't think that's. I think he thinks she's too much.
Yeah.
But he likes
And
when it's
dramatics
calling up
wise
and
as well.
down.
Yeah, because then it was just surface level. It was just lust.
It was hidden.
Now that he knows her more, he's like, this girl's a bit annoying.
And I think also as well, was it you that said it? One of you said it, that how it's more exciting when you're hiding something. Like when it's like they're sneaking about, it's more exciting.
Let's leave that.
But now that's out in the open.
Let's not identify any people in particular. But yeah,
Wait, I'm joking. But now that's out in the open, he's like, yeah. But I think also the problematic thing is really bothering him.
Yeah, he wants a peaceful, fun time in the island. And when he decided to join Ekin-Su, he was now on a boat by himself with just Ekin-Su.
And I think also he wanted more options, but I feel like he was kind of forced to kind of like her a little bit.
I also think he has this alpha male type of thing where like he likes to be the leader.
Yeah.
And so that's why him and Jack bumped heads. And now he's on an island by himself and everyone's kind of, she's his Achilles heel in terms of his source level.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, she played it. She keeps playing it wrong, but I find it so entertaining.
They need to take that from a family show, man, because they're changing the dynamics of it. Like they're actually like forcing people to find love. Because then, like, when it was a bit more like ratchet, you get more closure on the situation. If that makes sense. Like when you act impulsive and do stuff like that. Like if this was like one of them MTV trash shows, like Ekin-Su and Jay might have chopped each other by now, and then at least you get some closure. But then now you go in, but then there's nothing crazy going on, and then it's like, all right, cool. Then I fall back. Oh, am I really in love? Oh no, I'm not. Then it fizzles out, and then there's nothing. Then you just got, like I'm saying, Jay sitting there, Ekin-Su, nothing. David there, Ekin-Su, nothing. And it's like, it's because there's not enough. If there was more fuckery, something might have happened. And then we would get something out of it. Now these are just got to go. We got to find new relationships. But it's like you are just driving home. Everything's got to be love, 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 love.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem is. Whereas before, a few seasons ago, people was doing fuckeries. Like
it was amazing.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like no one, like in this one, like no one.
Area.
I know, obviously, like life ain't all about chopping or whatever. I get you. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't even seem like there's not like no. Oh, predators was the wrong word. But then them man, it don't seem like none of them man are trying to chop any of them things.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand.
Honestly,
do you get what I mean?
I agree what you mean.
Like, there should be someone trying to.
There's no one
getting someone's knickers. Like,
yeah, everyone's out for love, innit? Or love.
Yeah,
it feels sanitized.
Yeah, this is the first and last time we ever do a public coupling.
I said that.
Because this is honestly,
it's the dumbest
agree,
thing in the world.
Because it's boring.
Do you know what it is? This people pleasing thing, yeah, it's too much. Like this is a show about adults in Britain dating. I ain't seen nothing that represents what I hear from Tinder and
that's what that. Obviously, they're going to say the show's not about that yet, but they really need to inject a show like a guy that's just in there, just a lot of testosterone that's like absolutely starving, and you just know that this guy is trying to cook something. Like, you know, like this.
Side.
Huh?
We were on the same side for a couple seconds.
No, but you know what I mean, though. Like, just to give it a bit of, or a girl that's just coming in. It's like,
it's not realistic.
Why? That's what it was. That's what the show was.
The thing is, I think those people are in there. Like, I think Luca's that guy, but for whatever reason, he's just changed his whole MO.
Because you can't be that guy on the
You know what I
island.
mean? Remember, at first, Luca was that guy.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
And I think Tasha is that girl, but she's not overtly being that way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Tasha's definitely on smoke.
Yeah,
like definitely.
Yeah, Tasha.
Like, if this was Geordie Shaw, Tasha would have been trained a long time ago.
Oh, that would have showed. Gaz, what's her name? Chloe Cleo? I don't know.
Chloe, Gaz.
That show was cold. But yeah, man, Love Island, the day after. We'll keep you guys updated. We'll be back tomorrow to give you a more interesting discussion about the show.
Hopefully a more interesting show and we can give you more interesting
Exactly. All right, let's head on to the last headlines. All right, beautiful people. So the first person to receive compensation over the COVID vaccine. A woman whose partner died after having an AstraZeneca jab has become the first person to receive compensation over a COVID vaccine death. Wow. Vicky Spitz, former rock singer, fiance Zion, age 48, fell ill 8 days after he had his injection and died in May 2021. She was awarded the maximum settlement of $120,000, but said it's not enough. She claims she had got into debt after losing Zion's earnings and should have had closer to $180,000. Ms. Spitt also said that she had to wait too long for compensation under the Vaccine Damage Payment Scheme 1979, and that the amount had not kept track with inflation since the scheme was set up. The scheme offers one-off tax-free sums of up to $120,000, while payments do not affect people's right to take legal action. They can have implications for their benefits. That's really sad. I didn't realize
That's
somebody
so
had passed
sad.
from COVID's vaccine.
They just set something up so they can appeal the decisions. They need reform.
No, I've never heard of this AstraZeneca. jab before.
Yeah, I've heard of AstraZeneca.
Have you?
That's one of the. Yeah, you got.
There was like 3 types.
What's the other one? Starts with a P.
Pfizer,
AstraZeneca, and Johnson.
Yeah, that's the 3 that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously these are like what you're saying. The vaccine damage payment scheme from 1979.
That was time ago.
Yeah, I feel like we need to revise it. Even something as simple as they're saying as inflation, it's not taking it into account. And obviously, like, you can't go from a account to account basis in it. Yeah, that's why you got things set up standardly so they can go like the maximum they can do is like 120 and all that. Yeah, but at the same time, like, I don't understand when you're doing these things, you're doing it to appease someone to help them out, but you don't take their account into situation. I mean, don't take their situation into account.
Just a gesture.
It doesn't make sense to me. That's what she's saying. If she's got into debt and stuff like that, so they can see how much she's gone, and then you can see that the money that you offer is not enough, then revise it, innit, and look at it and offer more or something.
I would have said, yeah. And then also as well, legal fees. Because she has to pay 120 pay for the legal fees out of that as well.
Also, is this the first reported vaccine death?
Yeah. No. First person to get compensation.
This is the first person.
Okay, so
successfully
how
get
many
compensation.
reports have there been of vaccine deaths so far?
I don't know. When the news stopped reporting it, I thought, like you said a couple of days ago, I thought it was done. I didn't realize that some people were still like.
Some people had even from Malta.
Before?
Really?
Got COVID.
Oh, Malta.
Yeah. More look cold though. So, it's horrible to lose your fiance and then have to go through these battles.
Sad, man.
And then the consequence of it doesn't really cover your reality.
Yeah.
I actually disagree with there being a cap. I think the cap should be higher, if anything, because I just think it has to acknowledge the reality of that person suffering.
That's why I don't think there should be a cap at all. I think you have to. It's case by case. Do you get what I mean? If they say you got kids and stuff, if I've got like 4 kids and I was a housewife and he was one earner, you give me 120,000. What's that gonna do? Kind of thing. Do you get what I mean? Especially if she's got in debt now and say they bought a house already, bro. It's a lot to consider.
It's too much pain to go through, you know.
Honestly,
so our thoughts are definitely with her. Yeah, man. I honestly don't even know what the next step would be, other than them, like you said, maybe a reform. So
hopefully she can appeal or something like that.
But since Marks has so many good ideas, let's head over to Out Ere.
The Yellow Card Report Scheme has reported that between the 9th of December 2020 and the 8th of September 2021, there was 1,645 deaths where the person died shortly after receiving one of the coronavirus vaccines.
No. It's a lot of people.
That's mad. Because I've heard people tell me in person that they know someone who's passed away, but I've never heard it reported.
Of COVID or of the COVID?
Or the vaccine.
I don't know if that was worldwide or in the country or what, but yeah, it's happening.
I think the issue here is I don't know what the stats are. You know, like with any kind of procedure or surgical, like anything, they always say there's a risk of death or whatever. Yeah. So I envision it's the same with the substance that you put in. If you're making one substance for the whole planet, I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to react badly to it. So I don't know if that is like an alarming amount, even though obviously, rest in peace anyone who died, and I'm really sorry. But I don't know if they've made accountability for 5% of people that take this vaccine there might be complications. You know, I don't know what the.
It's also not in the best interest of mainstream media to actually report this.
Yeah,
true.
Because of how hard they went on asking us to get the vaccines. So,
but that's why you have TDA.
We'll tell you the truth.
Always.
Anyway, today's Out Ere is.
I thought it was creating a beat because you're trying to do what Brent did earlier. Spoken word done out here.
You are done out here.
Who does this fall on to? Sorry, 1 second.
No, it's no problem. By the way, guys, whilst we're here, might as well subscribe. Shout out to
honestly,
you. Don't be a thief.
I'm reading your story. This one is crazy.
Yeah, but I want to know who to call out. It's definitely the police. I want to know what police.
You can break it down.
Yeah,
like you do before.
I'm intrigued to know how these two things are even tied together.
I don't think they're gonna. Do you know
Greg's and death.
What he's been accused of and what he actually done.
Okay.
All right, do some proofreading for me, please. Find out what area it's from.
You keep going.
I want to know what police force I'm cussing out here. This is the police though. Yeah, this is the police. Yeah, the police wrongly accused a man. Firstly, I want to say, rest in peace to Brian Temple, 34. He hanged himself of being falsely accused as a paedophile. Yeah, by the police. They said, that he attacked a 13-year-old girl, and they put it on his custody papers when they release him. He was only arrested for stealing a sausage roll from Greg's. Yeah. So he was arrested for stealing a sausage roll from Greg's, and he's got arrested. He's come home and he's given his arresting papers to his girlfriend. She's read on the papers that he's been arrested for troubling a 13-year-old girl. Like, what would it be? What would they say he would have done with her? I don't know if it was sexual
Inciting
stuff.
sexual relations.
There you go. Inciting sexual relations with a 13-year-old girl. That's what it said on the paper. So she's seen that.
And she started telling everyone.
And she's like, rah, what's my man doing? I don't know if she's left or whatever, but yeah, she's put that out there into the community. It was 6 months ago. So he's been dealing with like just pressure from his community. Obviously, they're calling him a paedophile. They're saying all these kind of things about it. He's been dealing with the pressure of that for 6 months. And then he couldn't take no more. And sadly hanged himself. You get what I'm trying to say? And the police are saying it's down to human error. But I mean, I don't know, something like that seems a bit vindictive. If you get arrested for stealing a sausage roll from Greg's, how are you writing that I incited sexual things with a 13-year-old girl? Like, how does your hand even write that? Like,
you know what it is?
It's a passing on of information, isn't it? Because I'm guessing the person that sorry, Esther, I jumped in.
No, go on.
It's like, okay, so I arrested you, yeah?
Yeah.
And then I go to wherever, right?
To book you
process,
in.
Yeah, to book you in. Is it the same person that booked you in that arrested you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
At the desk sergeant, they come in and they go through the thing, they talk to you, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also probably like just not lack of concentration. So perhaps the person was either booking someone else in or something like that. So you kind of just put the wrong information on someone's thing.
Wow, there's a paedophile out
It's
there
like human error. Do you get what I mean? It's like they've either had a conversation today about it, or someone just called them and said something like, "Oh, book this person in next," or something like that. I think it's that kind of human error where the information is just in your head, and when you've now written out what you've written out for this person, you've done that.
But wasn't there no attempt to rectify the problem, like rectify the error?
It was after. I think it was after he died.
No, that's what I'm saying. So once he found out this error was made,
Yeah.
what steps were made to rectify it?
Well, once you like, there's not what can you actually really do? Once them things go out into the community and they start spreading like wildfire, and there's proof of it.
Yeah.
There's
So basically,
paperwork.
he did file a
This is
complaint.
gospel. No, but even filing the complaint, like once the damage is already done, once that's out into the community, this is gospel.
It's done,
okay?
But they can at least release a statement or something,
And-
just to help damage limitation a little bit.
And then a statement to where? To what masses? To his community. Where does it go? Who hears it? They can
He put it on Facebook.
On his social media. That little thing might help him. Like, okay, cool. Here's a statement from the police. I'll put it on my
They will
socials.
say it's forged or something.
Who?
Like the
Yeah, no, I kind of get what you're saying, but I just feel like the damage is already done. And this is, and then obviously, look, he's not in a good place, innit? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, he's definitely not in a good place from there. So, because after that, he started drinking heavily.
Yeah.
He started doing drugs, recreational drugs,
Yeah.
prescribed drugs, all these kind of things, cocaine, everything. They're saying, look, even when he died, when they found his body, said he had 134 milligrams of alcohol in his system. I'm not sure whether that's loads or not, but
No, it's sad.
It sounds loads.
I'm gonna take my phone, my camera to the police station.
Yeah.
Listen, big man, I'm recording you right now.
Yeah.
You better tell them this was a mistake. I'm posting on my socials. I'm spreading this video
No, that's
as
true.
wide as I can.
But I can imagine because in certain communities, a lot of communities, that paedophilia thing, that stink is hard to get rid of.
No, it is. It's tough.
Like once it's on you, they even talk about you as, oh, that's the guy that got accused of, but he didn't do it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Paedophile thing. That's like in our community. It's like a rape or snitch. Yeah, you see, like once you got that on you, yeah, whether you, even if you're innocent, yeah, the association is a stink that's so hard to rub off.
I hear
Just because people's mindset is, well, smoke and fire and that. Well, because I ain't never been accused of nothing. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That. So why have you been? Kind of thing. And it's just, I get you, but there's nothing you could have probably done.
Being treated so badly for something you
didn't even do, man.
Didn't do at all.
He's out of his mind.
Apparently, he got hit over the head with a golf club. Bet he was attacked in his home.
That's what I'm
Can
saying.
you imagine just feeling like,
All
and
man
he's
done
saying,
was
big
steal
man,
something from
Didn't do it.
He's literally saying like, big man, like I didn't do it. It's a lie. It's a lie. And they're like, shut up. Like, oh my gosh, that must have been a horrible 6 months. If you really put yourself in these shoes, oh my gosh. And to feel like nothing could be done to fix it. And I don't know why, but I'm assuming he has a strong Facebook community. I don't know why. But I feel like a lot of things happen on Facebook. Like a lot of these communities happen on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just an inkling I have. And they can be mean. They can be so mean. Like, Oh man, I feel so. That's a horrible way to go, man. That is a horrible way to go. Is there any like compensation or something for his family or kids?
There has to be something.
I think it's been investigated.
Yeah, there's an inquest going on right now. So.
Yeah, so hopefully there'll be something.
That is crazy.
I've just scrolled down the page, yo. There's a news story. This is not even related, but maybe it's for another day. Dad gives birth to a boy. 4 weeks later, doctor tells him he's still pregnant. Men are giving birth.
What?
If you keep scrolling down.
What?
Dad gives birth to boy.
Yeah.
Is that trans dad? Any chance?
That's definitely going to be another conversation.
No, I didn't say it so we can talk about it now.
Did you
No, I'm saying.
Did you see the woman with 2 vaginas that can get? She's born with the thing called 2 vagina syndrome, and
You made that up?
Yes.
What? Are they side by side or?
They're side by side. Yeah. She's talking on TikTok. She's saying she's currently pregnant. She's got 2 vaginas, 2 wombs.
Okay.
She's saying she's currently pregnant in this womb, and she's saying she can actively have sex in the other vagina and get pregnant in this womb as well by another man if she wanted to. That.
Well, you know what? I'm about to be done out here. Can we conclude this?
I'm just saying,
What, do you
that's
think I'm
very
joking?
efficient.
What's that?
Do you think I'm joking or something?
No, you're joking.
No, I know you're being
this is
serious, but
crazy.
it's just too much all taken at once.
And we haven't actually sent
we
this
haven't
guy.
even.
Who's
Yeah,
that
let's be done out here.
I asked you, the police are done at it. I wanted to know what police force it was.
Yeah,
So-
they haven't said it.
Obviously, so they're
That's
hiding.
aggressive. No, that's
They're
aggressive.
protecting them.
The inquest is ongoing. So.
It's ongoing. So I think
I'm
when they
not sure if
conclude, they
it's,
might
if it's
say
a trans
whatever who it is.
individual.
Okay, well, we'll find out what police force it is when we come back for them. But the police in general, you are done at it, man.
That's a big mistake to make.
There's a horrible mistake.
Does that
to
mean that
make.
there's a pedophile out there with on his papers?
Great
It's just
sausage
he
roll.
stole sausage roll.
No, probably
Potentially, innit? Well, if there was a mix-up, you never know.
not. Yeah, but it's not like they saw the papers. They had the papers written down and they put their names on.
First and foremost,
I just think
You
you got
must
to be
forget
better
what
than
you
that, man. A man can't be getting nicked for sausage rolls and this is what you're telling
Do you
me.
know
Like,
what?
this is
Can
what
I-
you're telling people. It don't make no
first
sense.
and foremost, how you even get nicked for sausage rolls? Just let him go, bruv. Just give him
And
a
that's
slap,
what I was gonna
slap on
say.
the wrist.
No, but I hate when
Man, take
people...
him out to the station for nicking sausage rolls.
Because you know, whenever people steal food, I just think because they need it. Like, if you, I just hate when people steal food and then they prosecute them for that.
Yeah,
I think they
it's bullshit.
clearly they need it. I remember when I used to work in like supermarkets. If I saw someone stealing food, sorry, but go ahead, mate. You're obviously hungry.
Because everything costs money, right? The amount of money it takes to arrest somebody, I feel like, is more than the amount.
And
of
a 95p sausage roll.
So
That's what I'm
it
saying.
just feels like you're just. I'm not saying we should allow everyone to be stealing sausage rolls, but I just feel like this wasn't an epidemic. This was a guy eating a sausage roll. And honestly, guys, my heart feels so sad for that guy. Like as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about what he had to go through, I feel so bad for him to be. Is it ostracized from your community?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's crazy for something you didn't do. The frustration would make me faint daily. Like that's crazy.
And it's the results of people that are supposed to be here to
Protecting you.
protect you.
Because of a sausage roll, mate.
That's what makes it so horrible, man. But yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. I feel like that was a joint effort, everyone. Well done. But yeah, let's head into the outro.
Sorry, what?
You do your producing, you do your prep.
You do your producing, editing, reading,
Everything.
all the ings on air.
Yeah, I decide what I'm going to do. So it changes. There's sometimes when I decide I'm going to do it and it changes, and then I got to go on and make sure I know where I'm going.
Man,
But
you
yeah.
said Yusuf.
He said a bunch of words just
Pardon?
then. I didn't
Can
hear.
you read ahead just so you could give me some information?
And the thing is, I was actually reading, but I couldn't find.
No, because it was
where he
messing me
from.
up because I wanted to find where they was. I needed to go.
I think I threw it over to you too quickly. I feel like you were expecting us to continue with.
Scrambling.
No, you
but
didn't.
you know, it weren't your fault. It was it's them. The information I was looking for wasn't there.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he should have done it beforehand. But
And do you
he
know what's kidding me? Is the fact you said that it changes, but there's only one person in the section.
Oh no, I'm talking about sometimes. Today it didn't change.
Yeah, sometimes Emman puts like 4 different done out here potentials.
Okay.
So I was
Yeah, and I'll go through and
all things he could have done earlier, but we
like working in real time.
you like working.
This is the joy
I
of
really
TBA.
enjoy working on the fly. I can't
We
lie
know
to
you
you.
do because that's your brand, babe. We know you do.
But anyway, shout out
do
to
it well.
everybody. Shout out to everyone. They did their thing, whether it was on air or before. It bangs, it slaps, and it makes a show. So we appreciate everyone. And obviously, shout out to everyone who tunes in. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, we did say thank you to Priscilla yesterday. Okay, yeah. Shout out to everyone who tunes in. I was like, do we have a
Did we
guest?
say
And did
thank
I say thank you to the guest? Yeah, shout out to everyone. Remember, guys, honestly, I know you hear this on every single YouTube content you take in, but subscribe, like, leave a comment. It makes a massive difference. It's basically how you lot support us, innit, and be part of the show. So we appreciate you. Yeah, Margs is packing up. It's almost time to go. If you want to send in a message, make sure you send it into 075-6484-1073. That's 075-6484-1073. Brent, someone said they want to send in a message, but they feel like their voice is too identifiable.
I could distort it.
Yeah.
So look, there you go, guys, because I want to hear some voice notes. Do you know what I mean? So make sure you send in your voice notes and Brent will put a nice little effect on it. And of course, guys, remember, we tell you this every day because it's coming very, very soon. You'll be able to watch us live in the mornings as you get ready, as you lips your partner on the way out. And of course, you want us to be in the room, kind of. So yeah, guys, we will keep you up to date with all of that, but it allows you to interact with us better and build a community more properly. So yeah, make sure that you lot stay tuned for that information. And of course, if you want to inquire about the show or feature on the show, email the team at thenewblack.com. Black has an X. Have a wonderful Wednesday.